as you could see, has been absolutely clear. They are looking for that flying start. They want to make sure they score maximum runs in the power play and put the pressure back onto the Raptors. But the Raptors, they are equally good. They are a really, really good bowling team, mind you. So Arpan Patel into the attack now. Oh, brilliant first ball, right into the block hole. And Salman Ahmed doing the right thing as well, just trying to check the ball. Because he knows Arpan Patel, he could be fast, really fast. And he swings with it. Just a dangerous combination. Oh, this time he goes up in the air yet again. Fielder getting underneath it. Oh my goodness, that's another drop catch. That's the second catch drop of Salman Ahmed. Oh boy, what's happening? Lot of time for the fielder to get under the ball. So the mid on now going back towards the long on. It's going to be an interesting game. Oh, this time Sadesh, and he tries to play one towards the backward fine leg. Oh, they'll get 3 now on this occasion. The keeper had to go all the way. There's no fielder in the deep. They'll get through. That's an excellent shot from Sadesh. Just try to play it towards the square leg. Played it a little fine. Went to the deep backward square leg. There's absolutely no fielders there. There's just one short mid wicket. There's a long on and nothing else on the leg. You don't see that too often unless the bowler is seriously confident upon himself. So there's a deep cover. The long on coming in. Oh, brilliantly played. Kupi just trying to use that gap between the point and the extra cover fielder. Places it into the covers and gets a single. So the runs coming in. Current run rate 8.4 and a projected score of 168. Oh, this time Sadesh and wanted to go at the top. Just couldn't get under the ball. Places it towards the short mid wicket. Oh, this time he tries to go again. It's almost like an action replay, except that the timing was not so good on this occasion. So Sadesh looks like he has problems with the bat, trying to change the bat. So that's the end of the 2 overs. Skokie patch 14 for no loss. So Yaj Maheshwari is into the attack. Oh, this time Kupi wanted to go over long on. Missing the line completely. So Kupi needs to reset really. There hasn't been any solid shots at his middle. Everything went up in the air. Tried to play towards the square leg. Missed it completely. Should be towards the leg. The umpire's not convinced.
All right, boys, coming again.
It was a brief appeal. Oh, this time Kupi goes up. He goes high. This time he goes big towards the cow corner. Wow, that's the first 6. So the first 4 and the first 6 comes off the blade of this little champion, Salman Ahmed. What an incredible shot. It didn't look like it was hit really powerfully. It's just the timing went all the way. Oh, that's a brilliant shot though. Oh, this time he pulls one towards the mid wicket. Will definitely get 2. This is really good batting from Salman Ahmed. His intentions absolutely clear. This is really good batting from Salman Ahmed. Oh, that's a wonderful ball. What a ball that has been. Incredible piece of bowling. Oh, look at that athleticism. Look at that athleticism from Jay Desai. Came in all the way, picked up, hit it towards a non-striker's end. Could have been a close call had the batsman not been watchful. But he's safe. It's a beautiful sight. The lights glowing up on the wickets. Always a wonderful sight to watch. Oh, this time Sades and he goes mid-off. Will not get a single. Good fielding there in the mid-off area. So Sades currently struggling to get some runs, get some boundaries. He doesn't have too much to worry about. Salman Ahmed is doing the damage, scoring a strike rate of 154.55. So at the end of 3 overs, the Skokie Pats 23 for no loss. So Arpan Patel, he'll continue from the park end of the Hanover Park Stadium. Oh, what a shot this one from Salman Ahmed. Just try to flick it towards the square leg. It won't go. The ball's not traveling. It's a thick outfield. That won't stop him from getting 2 runs. That's a brilliant shot. What an incredible shot. You've got to have an amazing hand-eye coordination to hit those shots. You miss it, you're either LB or you're bowled. That's a risk you take in a T20 game. Absolute positive game here from Salman Ahmed here tonight. They've dropped 2 catches, 2 sitters really. Oh, this time he tries to go one. Oh, that's a good fielding. Really, really good fielding from Jash Patel. Kupi just trying to place it towards the extra covers. Jash Patel was fast enough to collect it and throw it at the non-striker's end. Oh, this time he tries to go towards the mid cow corner.
I see my buddies back from the 7 heavens. अभी रुक जा 2 मिनट गरम तो नहीं
So this is just brilliant from both the teams. They're trying to restrict the monster side Essen on one end, but on the other end, Salman Ahmed, he's taking it on. He is getting the show on for you folks here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Never easy in a T20 game to kind of have that a brilliant start. Oh, this time it's full. Tries to drive it towards the mid-off. Oh. Ball fielder failing to collect the ball. Not too much of a problem there. Probably it almost looked like Kupi was inside. So now Kupi wants to change the bat as well. So it looks like the bat's broken. They just want to change it, and the umpire saying, can we do it after the game? Pretty surprising, because if Kupi ends up facing, he'll definitely want to change the bat. He doesn't want to play with a broken bat. Syed Essen still not on the song that he usually is. That music that you see, that sweet sound of the middle of the bat, just waiting on that. Oh, this time exactly what I was talking about. You ask it and he delivers. My buddy here is saying. So we have our very own Mobai here with us in the commentary box. So Mobai, what do you think of the game today?
I think Skokie is coming out with aggression. They're playing their shots. Essen taking him some time to set himself. That was a nice delivery, nice pick up off the hips, nicely placed. So far, Salman has been taking the strike, but I think Essen is getting set. So let's see what he has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. These 2 batsmen just brilliant hitters of the ball. These 2 batsmen settle. It's going to be problems for the Raptors. The Raptors, mind you, they have a very, very good bowling attack as well. Oh, this time, Syed Essen wanted to pull one towards the square leg, but it just it was a fine leg. We'll get a single though, and that's the end of the 4th over. Skokie Pats, 32 for no loss, going slow and steady. I mean, not really slow, just that Kupi is already playing at a strike rate of 134. Just that Syed Essen is playing at a strike rate of 100.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea right now, given the ground conditions. The grass is cut, but the ground is still heavy despite all the heavy rain. And I think it's like you said, slow and steady start. And let's see what the Raptors are up to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's there's a couple of good bowlers that we need to watch out for in the Raptors. That's that spin duo. Harsh Patel and Neil Patel, when they come in, those 8 overs, it's going to be very, very tricky. They've been bowling brilliantly. So it's going to be an interesting bowling contest here tonight. Would be interesting because, mind you, Syed Essen, when he likes to play the spinners, when he stays until the spinners are on, oh boy, it's going to be a show to watch.
Question for both of you. What do you guys think is par score based on the start so far?
I think anywhere about 160 ideally is a very good score given the ground conditions and dry atmosphere here tonight. It's nice and sunny. So anything about 160, 165 should be a par score. and anything more than that will just give them more chances of winning this game.
Yeah, I would agree 160 would be a decent score, but I believe Raptors also bat deep. I mean, who doesn't bat deep anymore in T20, right? So given the fact, I think, but if the dew kicks in and the ball gets heavy, it's hard to hit out, especially in the evening in the light. But then the disadvantage is also for the catching side, the fielding side. So let's see. I think 160 is a good score. I think they should aim for that, nothing less. But the spinners will dictate, how fast or how slow the batting side proceeds.
Absolutely. And what do you think of those 2 drop catches of Salman Ahmed in the first 2 overs?
That will be costly. He's at 20 already, and Salman doesn't like to give too many chances, so he's caught a lucky break, and hopefully he'll take advantage of it.
Look at those drone images here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's live coverage for you. Brilliant.
We're going to send our buddy Barinder to, MCL? MLC, sorry, in Dallas. I think he's going to do an excellent job there.
They can't afford me.
Oh my goodness. So Midwest is proud and happy to have you, sir. And sir, we really appreciate you again.
Exclusive
Brrr.
shots from West Indies.
That's an exclusive.
But nevertheless, I think this game's gonna be a cracker of a game here tonight. Might even go down to the wire. You're gonna have a great contest for sure.
So as you requested, they brought the spin in power play.
Oh yeah, I see Neil Patel coming in already.
And they have
Looks like they've changed ends. Usually Neil Patel.
Oh,
This
it's a
time
free
it's up
hit.
in the air and fielder getting underneath
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh, this is taken. This is taken. It's probably the commentator's curse. I was talking about how Syed Hassan will take on the spinners.
That was a bad ball. He just top edged it. That should have been gone for six.
That was there to be hit.
Any day, that's a good shot offered, but just didn't get to the middle of the bat.
That's bad luck. That's top edge. That should have been
I
gone
think it
on.
looked like he was too early on the shot, and he didn't get to the middle of it.
Yeah, he top edged it.
Absolutely. That's the first big wicket. First wicket, the big wicket of Syed Hassan. Was struggling a little bit. He got
a
that
good-
4.
And a good catch also at deep square leg.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely judged.
Absolutely. So he's definitely made up for his team. He's dropped the catch of Syed Hassan, and then he's picked up the wicket. He's dropped the catch of Salman Ahmed, picked up Syed Hassan.
Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting game though, because Skokie Pats, they bat deep as well. I think Mohsin is walking in, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Molson is a very aggressive batsman also.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On his day, he could be really, really threatening.
I think looking at the points table, it's a must-win game, or as close to a must-win game for both teams, as the Raptors are 1-3 and Skokie Patriots are desperate for their first win. So should be a good close contest. I think
Absolutely.
The other big change tonight is Salman Ahmed is the captain
Oh.
of the Patriots tonight instead of Hassan Khan. So let's see if there's any changes to the batting order or the bowling lineup or anything else. So
That's an interesting change. I see Waqar Siddiqui captaining, but I don't know if he's playing in the same team.
Well, Waqar Siddiqui, I know he was a captain for the Chicago Cup team over the July 4th weekend.
Got it.
But he's not playing today, so that's also a big miss for Skokie Patriots, right? Because he's a guy that can come in towards the end of the innings and completely change the game. So someone else will have to come in and do that job today for them.
I'm counting on my buddy Gujjar to put in some big hits.
Gujjar and big hits.
Yeah, he's due.
Surprising. I mean, I have nothing against Gujjar, but it's just
I
that
hope you don't. If you do, I don't care.
when you have 7, 8 good batsmen, you're talking about Gujjar, that means you're disrespecting a lot of batsmen of the order.
Oh, that's a good faster one.
I think it looks like the batsmen aren't, picking up the pace of the bowler right now. They're playing too early right now.
Absolutely. I mean, they need to get their eye in, because one thing I'll tell you, the Hanover Park, the bounce is so uneven. Even after you score a 50, it's never easy to eye the ball, because there's going to be this unexpected bounce that you just can't. I mean, sometimes it's just the seam position. I don't know. What a shot.
Nicely driven to long off.
Bullet shot. Just driven it straight towards the long off. We'll get a single and get off strike. And that's also the first run for Mohsin Jeka on the scoreboard. So Neil Patel, what an interesting over this is. Just 1 run in the 4 balls. Got the big wicket. Oh, this time, Kuppy goes up in the air. Fielder gets underneath it and he takes it as well.
This
The
might be
captain
game-changing
departs.
over.
That should be the big wicket they're looking for. The captain departs. He's played a very good knock though. He's tried to give that momentum, just not enough support from the non-striker end. But this over from Neil Patel definitely is changing the momentum.
Absolutely. They took out both the openers, gave away, I believe, 1 run, and turned out to be a great decision and power play, which could have been risky had Asen hit that ball.
You have to give credit to the captain, right? Bringing him in the 5th over in the power play. It's a big risk, but it pays off for them.
Absolutely. Good change, good bowling change from the captain.
You know, one thing I noticed about Skokie batting at Hanover Park in the night games, they're not getting partnerships. Everyone is hitting for their shots, not analyzing the game situation. You just lost a wicket. You don't want the other team to go on top. They're still trying to go for big shots. So I think they're trying to play their shots and try to get out of the shell. But at the same token, I feel you should take the responsibility. You just lost a teammate, get your eye in, as you said, and milk single doubles and wait for the loose delivery rather than manufacture a shot. You're playing against the wind. It's a huge boundary. I think that's a careless shot.
Absolutely. So, two things about it. Absolutely mobile. Brilliant analysis there. Just surprised with the kind of team that the Skokie Pats have. They haven't won any games so far. It's not probably because of the talent. I don't believe it, because Skokie Pats were the champions last year in the 30-30 edition of the Premier League, which is no joke, mind you. There are very good teams in the 30-30 division.
They also won the Aberdeen T20 night.
There you go.
Well,
so the team's not a problem. What I've noticed, I could be completely wrong about this, but what I've noticed is the team's not being constant. There's been like roles that are constantly changing. Like, the Skokie Pats that I know, Hassan Khan, the backbone of the team, he usually kind of anchors on one end, tries to give them that support, and everybody goes after the bowlers. That would have been a perfect combination. But all of a sudden you see Hassan Khan not in, you see Waqar Siddiqui not in. It changes the dynamics a little bit, because a lot of players wants to take on those roles that are missing in the team. That's where, you lose these wickets.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hassan, obviously, like you said, he's been backbone of Skokie, Salman, Waqar, Yaqub. Most of the core guys are still there. I think the format changes a little bit from 30 to 20, so everybody's a little bit more aggressive, and they're trying to reach 160 before they can get to 100. So the goal should be steps, analyzing each over, and then rotating. There will be loose balls, there will be opportunities for score, but like you said, this wicket is a 2-pace, 3-pace wicket. Spinners can nip it, drill it, go over your head, and pacers can skid it into your stumps. So you have to take your eye, and it's not like Skokie grounds where the ball comes nice onto the bat, ground is small, even some of your missed times go for boundary and clear. Here, you better middle it if you want to clear that rope.
Absolutely.
And it's very hard to hit a good 6 against, when the wind is blowing in from Walnut Avenue, and then it's going to be really hard.
So at Hanover Park, if you want to bring your seamers, you've got to have seamers that are really pacey. Somebody like Cavarilias.
Yeah.
I think the key to Hanover Park is having 2 or 3 quality spinners. I think they're the ones that really put a chokehold in the middle overs of the game, and those are the guys that end up taking most of the wickets, I think. So I think if you have a couple good quality spinners, I think you can really take control of the game.
Absolutely. So Hamad Qureshi.
He's a new addition to the Skokie Patriots team. I think he's making his debut in the MPL for Skokie.
That's very unlikely. You don't see Hamad Qureshi going on top, playing positive cricket from ball 1.
He takes his time in, but
usually he likes to settle down, but he's a very consistent and a very dangerous batsman, because when he crosses that 30 mark is when you kind of
he accelerates.
Maybe that's what Skokie needs right now, someone that takes their time and maybe settles in and builds a partnership, because if everyone just comes in and starts hitting from the first ball,
Absolutely.
That's when they start losing wickets. So maybe this is exactly what they need at the moment.
No, they need Hamad Qureshi playing his natural game at the moment and not trying to play a different game than he is.
And Hamad also had a good Chicago Cup.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think he was one of the key players.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another top edge, and it just beats the fielder.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
A bit streaky, but hey, they'll take the run.
Absolutely. So these are crucial runs for sure, but it matters to the batsman how he's getting the runs as well. You get a single off the middle of the bat, gives you a lot of confidence. Even if you edge it towards the boundary, it doesn't give you confidence as a batsman to go after the bowlers. So Hamad needs to stick on at least for a couple of overs, trying to middle it, take those singles and doubles, feel confident, and then maybe start accelerating.
Oh, that's a good
Finally.
shot.
There you
good
go.
shot.
That's a very, very good shot.
I think if these guys can take it to like the 10th over at least, and get maybe like 7, 8 and over, just rebuild the innings, and then the last 10, if they can have 8 wickets in hand, they can then accelerate, and the rest of the guys can come in and kind of do a pinch hitting role. So I think the key is
Absolutely.
just keeping
It's
this
still the power
partnership.
play, mind you. There's still 3 balls left.
And I
They
believe
only
this
lost
is-
2 wickets and they're already on 40. So that's not a bad score, to be honest. That's a very, very good score in the power play, even for a loss of 2 wickets, because it's T20 game. All you need is one batsman just making that difference. Should be a wide. Yes, it is.
He's trying to bowl him outside off and trying to swing outside.
That's
All
been the
stump.
weak point for Hamad Qureshi. He's usually a very strong leg side player, so I think they're intentionally trying to ball it towards the off. Good strategy, but again, what's surprising to me is the attitude with which Hamad Qureshi is batting, because Mohsin Jekar, he's an aggressive bat. He might probably want to let him play his natural game and try to kind of stick on without losing his wicket on the other side.
Yeah, Hamad might want to be the anchor today.
Exactly.
But I think he's also seeing this as a power play and he's trying to
Yeah.
maximize the runs.
Yeah.
There we go. Nicely
shot.
driven
That's
again.
a brilliant
cover drive.
shot. The grass is cut for sure, but the outfield is still thick.
I think the ground is so soft from all the rain that's happening.
Exactly. Usually in these dry conditions, the ball kind of travels fast, but you can see that the rain has actually dampened the soil a little bit.
Yes.
So
We
it's
played Saturday night T20 and we lost unfortunately by 1 run, but we were chasing 130. 138. Yeah.
There you go.
So and the ball gets heavy and it's not easy to score. The drives go barely for singles, so it will be tough. Field change placement. They brought mid on, mid off in, and extra cover out. Try and protect the twos.
Yeah, you can clearly see they have a game plan,
Another-
bowling on the offside and trying to get him to play.
a
there,
smart
so-
choice, really,
Yeah.
because Hamad Qureshi, he usually doesn't like to drive the ball. He likes to use the pace and cut it towards either on the off or on the leg. He likes, I think his favorite shot is his pull shot. He's extremely good at it. You put anything on the leg, he's going to dismiss it.
Yeah, they have a deep mid wicket now and a deep extra cover, so they're playing, they're bowling outside off and trying to make them fish.
Oh, this time he comes down the track, misses it completely.
It's
Looks
always
like another wide, possibly.
It's always good to see a bowler bowling to the plan, right? What the captain set for him, right? Bowling the line of length that the captain needs and what the field is set for.
I thought Arpan was the captain himself. I thought Arpan was the captain, no?
The
Maybe
Raptors.
Rajat Patel. I think it's Rajat.
I think Rajat
Patel.
is
Yeah,
the
I think
captain.
Rajat
I
is the
think he's also
captain.
the captain for the Hanover Park Raptors in the Yash Premier League as well.
Got it.
One thing I'll say, with so many teams and new blood joining, half the names I don't know anymore.
Yeah, so is the situation with so many in Chicagoland nowadays, Mobile. Everybody is performing at local leagues. They're all in the minor leagues now. So there's a lot of young blood, fresh blood. Very, very hard to identify.
So that's the end of power play.
Yep. So that's going to be 44 for 2 at the end of the power play. Skokie Pat still going strong. They haven't done enough damage on the power play, like the ideal start that the Deep Park was getting, like 5 over 60, 5 over 65. But still, this is not bad given the ground conditions.
But I would say Raptors are a little bit ahead just because of the loss of Salman and Syed Hassan. I would say those are 2 key wickets, and those are both batsmen that can change the game. So I would say Raptors are a bit ahead right now, but this partnership is crucial for Skokie right now.
So it looks like Hassan Khan is in the roster.
I believe he's the impact player today.
Ah, okay, got it. Yeah, and Qasim Khan, he's a good bat as well.
I believe he
And
also
Mohammad
is-
Fahad, he's a fine youngster. On his day, he could really be. He just scores like 50s in like 18, 19 balls, or he either gets out in like 5, 6.
Well, I will say Fahad, he played under my team last year, and I would say he's a player that can impact the game, either bowling, batting, or fielding. I know he doesn't get chances to bowl as much, but I feel like he's a really talented cricketer. I think as he gets older and evolves, I think he'll be one of the great talents in Chicago area.
Yeah, it's just the maturity that the youngsters need to develop here. There's so many formats of the game happening all over the Chicago. There's now a T10 league, a T20 league, and there's a T15 tournament happening.
As he takes him on, and
Does that clear?
that's a 6.
4.
Oh, what a shot. This time he reaches out and lodges one straight down the ground, right, just bisecting the long on and the long off fielders into 2 equal halves.
That
What
was a
an
beautiful
incredible
straight
shot.
over bowler's head.
And I don't think Mohsin's going to care that, Neil Patel took 2 wickets last over. I think he's going to play his natural game, and I think he's going to attack him. So,
As he should.
Exactly. So, I think that's his role, and, Hamad Qureshi can play the anchor inning. So, let's see how this over goes.
There's
Oh,
another one,
this time he
even
goes
bigger.
even bigger.
the
Even
car.
bigger. What
Watch
an
the car.
incredible shot this from Mohsin Jekka. Oh boy, that was right in the slot. Picked up, hit it with the stern over the long off fielder. You'll just have to watch it sail over.
I think Neil pitched it much faster, and the faster it went out of the ground. So he went for the faster one.
Definitely. But Neil Patel usually is very, very consistent and very good bowler.
What do you guys think? He takes a single or he goes for another one?
I think if it's in the slot, he's going to go for it again. Like you said, he's not going to care who's bowling. If it's in his zone, he's
Mohsin
swinging.
Jekka usually is a very aggressive bat. Oh, this time he goes up in the air, and there you go. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
See, and I
You
think
talk about the batsman, you talk about a couple of hits. It's the maturity I talk about. Just unbelievable. He is in such a good song. He's middling the ball right off the bat. 2 brilliant shots, and all of a sudden he throws away his wicket.
And I think that's the mistake that Skokie Patriots have been making all tournament long. And the reason they're 0-3 right now is because you have to understand the game situation. He just hit a 4 and a 6. He's facing a good bowler. Maybe take the single. And you've got 10 runs off the first 2 balls, and
Exactly
live
my
to fight
point.
another
Neil
day,
Patel, look at that, 1.4. Even after getting hit for that 6 and a 4, he's still 12 runs and 3 wickets.
And I think the Raptors would take that trade any day. They'll take the 10 runs for a wicket any day,
Absolutely, yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, there's one thing about not caring about who the bowler is. There's another thing about caring for your team. You've got to get that maturity to...
And this is why I ask: is he going to go for it or take a single? Because
No, I pretty much just thought he would go for it because
Because
somebody
he
like
was swinging.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you the same thing.
So,
We all seen him play, right?
Absolutely,
you live and
yeah.
die by the sword,
Yeah.
right? So,
And Mohsin Jekka is a kind of batsman, you just need 3-4 good overs when he's on there. So he'll want to take his chances because on his day, you look at those 3 overs, he's going to post a total of 50, 52. And all of a sudden, the momentum shifts. Everybody who comes down the order will bat really, really differently.
And you have to give credit to Neil Patel. He pulled back the length. That was on a good
Oh,
length
yeah,
ball. That wasn't as full
absolutely.
as the first few balls, and he got the wicket there.
Brilliant bowling, brilliant bowling. Look at that now. Oh, this could be close. No.
Oh, bad throw. Otherwise, it would have been gone.
Absolutely. And from this angle, it usually looks like he's very close.
Yeah.
But the ball was almost at the 30 yards. The throw had to be stronger.
Yeah.
Somebody like
Yeah.
Jadeja.
And I like the
He's got a
promotion
strong
of Raja up here up the order because I think right now it's time to Skokie for consolidate, right? Consolidate the innings, get it to the 10-12 over mark, and then reassess there because they cannot afford to lose any more wickets right now.
Absolutely. So Raja Mohammad, I haven't seen him play much. I mean, I have seen him play a lot of times, but I haven't seen him really anchoring the innings or playing a big innings anytime I have seen him play. Could be his day. You never know.
He's actually a really talented batsman, but I think he's not in his greatest form right now. But you know what? Sometimes that's what you need is you come in a tough situation and to bail out your team and you can get your season rolling from there as well. So
It takes one inning
Exactly.
to get back in.
Absolutely.
You remember the time when people were saying Sachin is done, and why we don't play him?
I mean, so is Kohli, and so is me right now.
So is everybody. But only a batsman will be able to score runs. You see,
I've
Kohli
scored
came back.
1 run in 3 innings in the last 3
You scored
games.
enough in Chicago. You won Chicago Cup. Now you don't have anything else to do. Congratulations on that, by the way.
You know, Mumbai before last Saturday had back-to-back Golden Ducks. And then he scored a really good 27, 28 out in T20. So, you know, that's what you need is one innings, and you got to have confidence in yourself to, you know, back your skills.
Absolutely. Whoever said that, you know, form is temporary, class is permanent.
There you go, man.
You've got the game in you. It's just a matter of that right game at the right time.
And, you know, other thing is we open, right? Even sometimes the shit gets to us because the ball is swinging. You don't know yourself, and that's a
Absolutely.
very dangerous position to go. And we bat at a, you know, very high risk. You know, one little edge, one little nick, and you're out.
Absolutely. And I've seen this too often. I've been opening in Chicagoland for the last 13 years now.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of dynamics that come into play. When you start scoring well, everybody thinks opening is a spot that, you know, where the players actually are scoring.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a few selfish people in the team,
Yeah.
they kind of put you down, and they think they can go open and score runs.
Yeah. And then they see what happens.
And then they see what happens, and then they put you back. In the meanwhile, you also take the form out of the batsman who's actually in form.
Yeah.
These are stupid captaincy decisions. I've seen a lot of teams doing it.
Opening is not easy. The new ball, even if you just leave it
Absolutely. It's
without
a
doing
swing.
anything,
Time
it
of
will-
the day. It's your sleep at the night. It's what you ate in the morning. You know, everything comes into the picture when you play that first ball. And in spite of that, you've got to make sure you have that mental attitude to go after a bowler in the power play, no matter where.
Absolutely. The people expect you to hit
Exactly.
that ball out of the ground all the time. And it's not easy. And your singles are dried up because the circle is blocked, right?
Absolutely.
And you have to go in the air. And then, you know, when you get out, when you're hitting it, and they're like, why'd you get out?
Absolutely.
So it's a no-win situation for a batsman.
Exactly. I mean, opening position, it's one of those positions that I have highest respect for in any cricket. T20, T10, T50, it doesn't matter.
The slower ball.
And
Even
you-
in Test cricket, you talk
Absolutely.
about Test cricket.
The hardest, the
The
cherry
hardest.
swing. You got Jimmy Henderson coming at you, swinging
Absolutely.
in, swing out, swing.
Yeah.
You know, we used to watch McGrath, we used to watch Gillespie, who was the other? Mitchell Stark. Like, come in, same action, in, swing, out, swing. How are you going to play that ball? man?
Absolutely.
And then, you know, but we still had great batsmen
Oh, yeah.
who came to that. They, you know, they dissected the swing and they scored runs, man. So that's talent. But one, speaking of openers, I would like to mention my fellow teammate and a great batsman, your teammate, Kamran Syed.
Oh, yeah.
This man has been opening. I mean, he opens when he leaves his home. He has pads on. Toss or no toss, this guy is ready to open. And this man has constantly scored in every league, all major tournaments, and this guy is a thrill to watch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No two
You
things
call him
about
your
it.
favorite Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah. No,
Every time you comment,
played-
you know, I hear
No,
you.
I played with Kami. I even play with him in the current tournament.
Yes, yes.
I play
see.
with him in the American T20. We play for Cougars.
Yeah.
We have a game tomorrow as well. Super respect for that dude.
And
We've traveled all over the country. We've played Dallas T20 together. We've gone to Florida to play the Central East region. Oh my goodness.
This
So
man
many-
can put on a show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't care who's coming in front of him.
I'll tell you one thing, Mobile,
Yeah.
about an opener. Any player in the team can be selfish about his batting, never the openers. They have to play for the team. If the opener is selfish, he can completely dictate the entire motivation for the team.
They set the foundation. Right?
Absolutely. They lose the wicket, they're being yelled at for breaking the momentum. They play, run a ball or maybe like,
That
oh,
would have been out if that ball.
could
that
have,
was a
direct hit could have
yeah.
been
And for
curtains
Raja.
there for Raja Muhammad.
See, what I like Prakshesh doing here in this over is he's completely taking the pace of the ball, right? He's bowling slower deliveries, and he's telling the batsman, hey, if you want to hit it, you have to manufacture all the power there, and he
Absolutely.
only went for 1 run.
Yep. And the end of 8 overs, Skokie bats 56 for 3, still going strong. They haven't lost too many wickets. They have 7 wickets and 12 overs to reconstruct their innings.
I think they can still get to the 150 mark from here. It's going to depend on this partnership here, how deep they take the game, and if they can at least for the next 4 overs, I would say play 7 to 8 runs an over. I think on the back end, once they have all their hitters, they can get to 150 still.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting chase from now on. I haven't seen Harsh Patel coming in. Is that Harsh Patel right now?
But giving credit
I think it's
to
still Neil coming back in.
Neil is bowling his
Got
third. The previous over, it went for 1 run. That's not acceptable in my
Yeah.
books. Yes, and he's trying. But kudos to bowl. Oh, that's
No,
a
that's
nick.
edged. That's edged towards the third man. They should
Take a
get
single.
one.
Yeah, lucky for
No
Raja.
worries.
And I like the captain bringing back Neil Patel here because he's taken wickets in both of his overs, and this is the time to completely break the back of Skokie Patriots. If he bowls another great over or takes another wicket or two, I think that's Skokie's pretty much going to be done. So no need to wait him, keep him till the end or just go for the kill right now. So
Absolutely.
I like that.
That's actually good captaincy from Rajat. So what's been happening really for the Raptors is that the spin duo comes in, they control that 8 overs, but outside of that, they've been taken to the cleaners for most part. And this time what they did is they're trying to attack from one end and kind of restrict from the other end. So they get these wickets when they try to attack. That's good strategy from the Raptors.
And the reason you see him bring in from walnut end is because he's bowling, making the batsman hit against the wind. So both his spinners will be playing bowling with.
Oh, that's beautifully hit towards the cow corner. Oh,
Nicely
that's good
fielded.
fielding in the deep as well. Brilliant one. Took
Good.
it on the full and placed it perfectly towards the cow corner.
Yeah.
I would say that's his first
feeling
bad
in him.
delivery. That was a low full toss, and so first bad ball that he's bowled in his spell so far.
So do you remember when those used to be baseball diamonds and we had to drive in that dirt? These people don't know what we have done in these corners. And if it rained, it used to be sand puddles. So kudos to the management and Hanover Park District for finally taking out the sand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is another full toss. Oh, that's going to be
Taken on
close.
a
I think
throw.
he'll make it. I think he'll make
The
it.
throw is
Oh,
way off.
yeah.
And
Still
see,
a
this
good
is what
throw.
these guys need to do. Take low and calculated risks, right? Take the singles and doubles. Take the game deep and get at least 7 to 8 runs in over.
Absolutely. I think singles and doubles.
Especially on a big, heavy ground, you cannot miss those. If you just go for the boundaries, you're not going to get to 150.
Yeah, just wait for the loose delivery. Do not lose wicket. Keep milking 5, 6, 7, 8
Absolutely.
runs and see how it goes. That's the variable bounce that you're talking about.
There you go. Look at,
Keeper-
look at where it pitched. Almost near the slot area. And then look at where the keeper collected it.
Absolutely around his chest height. So that's the variable bounce you're talking about.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
same.
that yet
Another one.
again. That was a faster one on this occasion. So Neil Patel, he's doing really, really well for his team. 6.3. And mind you, there was a 6 and a 4 from Mohsen Jekka of those 19.
No, he's been excellent. Beside those 2 deliveries,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been on point. And, kudos to him for that.
Looking at the batting lineup, Skokie Patriots still has Hassan Khan, Osama Ahmed, Qasim Khan, and Haris Vora. I think all those guys can come in and accelerate the innings and take it to a big total. But I think the key is for them not to come in before like the 12th or 13th over.
Yeah.
I think these guys can set the platform for them. I think those guys can come in and finish off.
So who do you think should come next? If there is a wicket.
I see Mohammad Fahad padded up. I see Haris Vora padded up. So I think depending on when they lose the wicket, that's when they will decide who to send.
I think if the wicket falls this over, I would send in Mohammad Fahad. And I think if it's a few overs, I would send in Haris Vora. I think Haris Vora has been in amazing form. And I think he not only he can take the singles and doubles, but I think he can clear the boundary as well. And I think that's what you need right now, someone that can take those calculated risks.
Come on, Gudu, that he should be pushing for
But,
2 on this one. That's an easy 2.
Yeah.
But-
And see, this is unacceptable, right? When your team is down, and you cannot miss those easy doubles. You have to take those.
Absolutely. But I would send Hassan Khan any day.
I don't
From
see him in
now.
the dugout yet.
Is he here? Yet?
That's, I know he was coming from work, so I don't know if he's here yet or not. So I think obviously if Hassan Khan is here, I would send him next, but I think he's not here yet.
I didn't know he was not here yet.
That's why we're here.
Brilliant.
That's why we're here for the inside information.
Oh,
What a
that's-
scoop shot.
Brilliant scoop shot.
See, again, that should have been a double.
But
Well, he fell down.
Oh.
You can't blame him for that.
Okay.
He lost his balance.
We'll let him off the hook for this
Yeah.
one. You cannot miss
Sabi,
double
you're
doubles.
tough on your teammates, man. But yeah, that's a good innovation by Raja. Nicely thought. So we thank Dilshan for that. He innovated that and McCullum enhanced it. The Dil scoop. Now everybody plays it.
No.
I think in T20 you have
Even
to
if Dilshan
innovate.
invented it, I think the master of that shot is Surya Kumar Yadav.
Oh.
Oh boy, when he gets when he plays those shots. What a treat it is to watch him.
What's his nickname? Mr. 360, right?
Yeah.
He plays all over the ground.
Sky. They call him the Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav. I've never seen anybody playing like that. I was watching the Mumbai Indians game once when I was in Mumbai. That game, he scored about 84 or something. 40 of those runs came in the fine leg. Oh, this was played brilliantly.
This has to be 2 runs here. This has to be 2 runs, and they run it beautifully. And you have to take the first and fast, right? You force the fielder to make a mistake, fumble the ball, make a bad throw, and you have to take advantage of all of these. On a big ground like this, you have to.
And it really didn't look like he was actually going to hit that ball so hard. It's just the timing on that occasion.
He's timing it really
Just
well.
trying to chip it towards the extra cover. Still gets 2 runs, brilliant runs. Oh,
Nice,
this is
slow one.
really, really good bowling from Prakshesh. He does these quite often. Mixes it up nicely.
And see,
Look at the strike rate.
Roger's really good in the V. So as long as he gets like 4 balls, and he can really take advantage.
Oh, yeah. So the projected score at this time, 136 at this run rate. They'll definitely look to accelerate. Oh, there you go. It's
That
up
was
in the
slow
air.
delivery. Let's see if
Never
he can
easy
get
to
it.
take those.
Yeah, no man's land. Easy 2. Come on. Hamad has been rejecting 2s unnecessarily. That could cost us runs in the end.
I think Hamad is trying to keep the strike or something.
What's the last?
Oh, that's the last ball. Then
And maybe it wasn't a 2, but you have to run the first one fast because
Yeah.
you let the fielders off the hook there.
Yeah, the intent is not there, unfortunately.
so that's the end of the 10th over. Skokie Pats 68 for 3.
I think that's a pretty decent strike rate at 6.8 with the loss of 3. These two have built a decent partnership, and given the batting lineup and the game situation, I believe Skokie should try to aim for another 70, 80 runs.
I believe this. Yeah, absolutely. 80 from here is bare minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should hit 80 minimum, but I think they might go a little over that if they
If they can get some big ones.
Yeah,
I think 82 minimum to get to 150
exactly.
is absolutely needed. Anything more than that would be bonus for
When you
Skokie
have
from-
somebody like Usama who can go down the order and still get you some big hits, you bank on them only when you have a good score on the board. You always see that these tailenders, they come in, they try to hit you big when the score is big on the board, because that kind of gives them the confidence.
I think Osama will object to you calling him a tailender, but
Unfortunately,
Which order does Usama play though? I thought he always came in 9, 10.
6, 7. I believe, mostly.
Another piece of inside information, he will say lower middle order. But I think what's been happening to
No, because
Skokie-
every time I played against Skokie,
He's batted lower
he's
because of the
usually-
lineup,
Yeah.
But
Got
he has also helped us.
Got it.
Great partnership when there have been collapses. So he
Got
has
it,
the
got it.
temperament to bat at any position, especially
Got it.
middle order or lower middle order. But
Got it.
unfortunately,
I've never seen that game, so
Yeah.
The one thing
Osama, if you're hearing this after the game, nobody, I didn't know you actually batted anywhere above the 7th.
Well, the one thing I'll say about Osama is that he's come through clutch for Skokie Patriots many times. Last year in the Division 1 finals, he had a key partnership with Waqar Siddiqui that helped them win the championship. And then a few years back in the Abid Lahiri tournament, he also was the one that hit the winning runs and had a key
2-2.
partnership in the final as well. So he's a man that rises
Easy
to the
two, man.
occasion.
that's another double refused by Hamad.
Yeah, then, like you said, the intent isn't there to run the first one
Yeah.
hard. So
I don't know if he's not feeling well or what his game plan is.
Come on, Mobile. I understand you're upset that Skokie is not getting runs, but you
But
can't blame.
that's 3 doubles. That's 3 runs in the end.
Absolutely, but you can't give the batsman the excuse of
I'm
having a
trying
health
to help
condition.
my teammate, okay? As you can see, being biased.
Oh,
And
there
these
you go.
guys,
This is up
see,
in the air.
This is what happens when you
The
miss
bowler
easy
is
runs.
going for it himself.
And he
Oh
drops
my
it.
goodness.
That's kismat.
This is just unbelievable tonight. This is the 3rd catch drop.
4th. One right before this ball. That was dropped also. When Raja's
Well,
delivered?
I mean that's a
That was
tough
a
one.
tough one.
Running
But he
back, you
touched
take
it.
those catches.
Dude, I've
Mobile,
seen it happen.
you would be in MLC.
Who says I'm not?
Maybe the
I'm there.
Maybe the commentator.
We are all in Midwest League cricket. Yeah.
There you go. See, you're part of it. Like, but in this, they can't afford me. That's a nice
good.
hit.
I think
What
that's
a
gonna clear the
shot.
boundary. What a shot by Raja.
What a shot by Raja.
That's his strength.
And I'm telling you, Raja, I think he's one of the most underrated batsmen in Midwest. Last few years, he's been playing in Division 2 and performing, and this year, he's finally getting the opportunities to perform at like the bigger stage. And I think this is a really big game for him to show, like, the rest of this audience what talent he has.
But look at that shot. What an incredible shot, though. He was actually way too far from where he was hitting the ball. Oh, this is up in the air.
Is that going to be a drop?
Oh, my goodness. What is it with these
Commentator's
pads?
curse again. He tried to be cheeky on a loose delivery. He should have clobbered that one too. He should have hit that on mid-wicket.
What is it with these pads scoring boundaries?
And then
They
giving
hit a
it
boundary
away.
and then giving it away.
I think he predetermined it that he hit a 6, I'm going to take a single, even though that ball was there to be hit for a boundary. So
But that's a very, very good ball from Harsh. He's kind of, it actually raised from that uneven surface of that. And,
It took a higher pop.
Absolutely. And Raja, he was not quite sure the ball was going to raise that much. That's a
going
good
in.
ball. Nice comeback from Harsh Patel.
It looks like Haris Vora is going in next, and I actually really like this. I think Haris is one that can change the game for me, and I think he can be the one that he can bat the next 9 overs
Sensibly
as
also.
well. So
Yeah, he can bat sensibly. We would also like to tell our viewers about the Chicago one and only T20 tournament coming up.
T10.
T10, sorry. Labor Day weekend held at the Barrington ground. That should be a good one. Lots of good prize money. I see winners 10,000. Wow, runners up 5,000. Guys, get your teams in. 24 teams, 60 matches. You have your 4 pioneers of Midwest who are running the show. Feel free to reach out to them and support your team. You have $500 discount, and that's it.
Until July 15th, get your teams in. And it's
Yeah.
great to see Midwest offer all different types of not only regular season tournaments, but even like, one-off tournament. Not only T10, but T20. And, obviously we know about the Great Chicago Cup. So it's great to see the league taking initiative and offering all these different types of cricket to all the cricket lovers that are out there.
One thing about Chicago Cup, that is one tournament that's truly a franchise tournament. There's equality, there's diversity, there's everything about it. You just talk about it. It's just brilliant. Because I'll tell you something, in these tournaments, whoever has a bigger wallet gets to field a bigger team. There's no restriction on the amount of money you could spend, and that's not supposed to be a franchise league.
And people talk about, and we have hosted several teams. It honestly, at the end, after I saw a few years of hosting, big players, and it doesn't do much to develop the game.
Absolutely.
Like you said, the bigger players, the people with the bigger bank accounts, win the tournament. They're literally buying trophies. We saw that with Crescent, right, in the American Trophy, unfortunately. You can bring stars and all that, but what are they doing to promote cricket at the end of the day? How would you, you can't have a David and Goliath battle, and David's gonna come back. Yeah, I can beat him again. There's no value to it. I believe Chicago Cup brings a lot of value because you play with the same level, and you get to make big, new friends, and you learn
And
from each other.
every team is equally poised. You don't see a weak team and a strong team.
And we have the coach here, stopping by the commentator's booth. One of my favorites, Mr. Samir.
And then last
Samir
comment about
Chaudhary.
Chicago Cup, I think the best part about Chicago Cup is it takes players out of their comfort zones, right? Because normally you play with your friends, you
Yeah.
play with the teammates that you normally play with, and it forces you to play with different players from different teams. And I think that's a great part about that tournament.
And you make more friends, right? And you learn about each other.
And there's also a lot of misuse on the Chicago Cup. People trying to register and not kind of,
I think we need to work on that.
Oh yeah, so I've heard that next time for the Chicago Cup, if somebody registers, they're going to be banned for 5 games in the Premier Leagues of Midwest.
No, that's good. That's good because it's not fair to people who were available and then
Absolutely.
they bailed out. If
Exactly.
you have a real emergency, we get it.
Yeah.
But you cannot be unavailable and have an emergency for 4 days.
I think what players do is they wait to see which team they're picked with, and then if they like that captain, if they like their teammates, then they show up, and that's not acceptable, and that's not what the Chicago Cup stands for.
Absolutely.
That's a good shot. That's a
That's
good
a
shot by
nicely
Harris.
driven middle. Yeah, no, but the concept is good, but I hope everyone plays in the right spirit to
Yeah.
promote the game and support the league and each other. Then it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our problem was the first day we only had 10 guys. So, it can happen. And yeah, I think the league should tweak the rules a little bit. And, I think other than that, we're fine on that.
Oh, that's a very, very good ball. Oh,
given a
wide call
wide.
by the umpire.
We can see the game plan by all of the Pacers is, they're going to bowl on the offside line.
Yeah, they're
And-
not. Yeah, they're not giving Gudu any leg room, right? They're not letting him swing across the line. They're not letting him, they're not bowling on his pads. They're making him fish.
Yeah, because, years of cricket in Chicago, it teaches you everybody's strengths and weaknesses.
And it's evident he's faced 18 balls and he doesn't have a single boundary, and they haven't let him, free his hands and use the favorite part of his ground, which is the leg side, and he hasn't been able to hit one there yet.
He's got a good amount of balls.
Yeah.
He has faced a good amount of balls, and he should be able to convert some. Try to get his strike rate up to 120 plus at least, to contribute, because I think that will be necessary.
And I think if you look at the scorecard right now, Salman with 16 balls faced, Hamad with 19, Raja with 15. No one's been able to take, use that platform and, score a big.
Nicely
That's
placed.
a very
Score a bunch of
well,
runs
very
and,
well
they
played
might
Might
shot.
run down to the bound. Oh, good stop.
Oh, come on.
Hamad was
Hamad was
again
saying
not
no.
running the
Again,
thing.
He should have gone for it. He's not even running towards the danger end.
Is
I
he
think he's
injured?
tired or something.
Tired, injured, not feeling it. What's the excuse now, huh?
And he's not even running to the danger end, so he should have been easy to. There
Easy,
should
that's
have been no
easy
hesitation
too.
there.
The fielder has not collected the ball and he's had his hands up. So Hamad, we'll have to talk to you after the game, bro.
And this is all constructive criticism. We're not trying to go against anyone. This is all, we're trying.
It certainly looks like you're desperately trying to go against him.
Hamad, run
Poor
through,
guy.
Can we take a mic in the? Are there stumps
Poor
out there?
guy. He's at least scoring those runs.
And sometimes you can have an off day, but I think
Yeah.
that's when you should try to take the extra initiative to contribute otherwise, right?
Definitely.
And you're holding your runs and other teammates' runs.
Oh, this
One
time.
good shot again.
They have a fielder in that place. Nice. Good
This is
field
very-
placement.
Yeah, very good field placement
Did
there.
not expect a fielder there.
There is a long on. There's a
Short-
long
so
off,
there's a
and then
short
there's
mid
a
on it, right?
fielder right behind the wickets.
Yeah, he's
Surprising
driving him
fielder.
straight. Yeah, good look. I think coach did that. Samir, did you place that fielder there? Haris ke liye. See, coach is in for a reason.
And I think if you look at the Skokie innings, only very few shots have been hit on the leg side. So the Raptors are bowling according to their plan, and
To
you
the
gotta
field.
give them, and you got to give them credit for that.
Oh, so wide. That hit him on the.
Wide signal by the umpire. Okay, they'll take these extras. They'll need these runs in some format. Doesn't matter if they come in the form of extras. They'll just take it.
There you go, good. Keep that nice.
Just look at that field. Past the bowler, there's a fielder, and it missed him. And then there's a fielder, and then there's a fielder behind.
May I suggest a live interview during the over break? Samir, why don't you come over here? How are you? Why don't you tell us?
Hey Samir, what do you think is a good score on this ground?
Listen, the way the outfield is today, if you get 145, 150, I think it's a tough total.
With
Because
view,
the ball's not really traveling, right?
Right, and the
They've
dew
hit a
coming
few
in.
shots, and the dew's gonna come in.
And the
You-
ball's
So
gonna get
150
heavy.
gets tough.
Do you think things are going according to plan?
I think they've actually played pretty aggressively with those two guys coming into bat, right? Let's see how they finish. What's the score right now? They got
84 and 12.
yeah. So if they get a little bit more, right?
What do you guys want to chase?
I say 130 would be something that we'd want to chase.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's the coach, Samir Chaudhary.
So
From
at the end of
how many leagues
12
in
overs,
Chicagoland
Skokie
area do you get mid-game interview from a player?
Not many.
Exactly. Midwest. Thank you.
Yeah, commentary is fun, man. That's why I come and chill whenever you do.
All in all. So that was a single chip towards square leg by Haris. Time for Hamad on the strike.
So Mobhai, with 8 overs left now, do you think it's time to accelerate, or do you think they should, keep this approach for a few more overs?
I would say at least try to get 6 to 8 runs and over for the next 3 overs, and then look at the situation at the end of 15, and then try to set a new target. The key wicket would be Hamad. He's been in there for a while, and I think he needs to take charge and control. This is playing nicely, nice push straight to the fielder.
And I think I agree, but I think Hamad is the one that should push right now. He's faced, 21 deliveries, and I think he needs to take the bowlers on right now, and Haris can be like the next person that, once a wicket falls, can be the next aggressor.
Correct. Yeah, Hamad seems to be struggling. He's tried to clobber that over mid-wicket, and he finds the deep square leg fielder.
I think the issue I've seen in the middle overs is too many dot balls. I think there's been just too many dot balls and not enough strike rotation.
Exactly. His fortune is favoring him today. Inside edges, missing the stumps, catches dropped. So he's, something has got to give, right? Whether it's a boundary or the wicket, but Hamad has been favored a lot today. So I don't know if he's helping Pats or if he's helping the opposition.
And maybe the Raptors are happy that he's not getting out. Maybe they're happy with the innings that he's playing. Obviously, he can turn it around and he has the talent to do so. But I think, when you look back on this game, his innings will be, I think, crucial to like the win or loss for Skokie Patriots, because he came in at a crucial situation and he's the one that's faced the most deliveries so far.
Exactly. He came 2 down, and he's been there for a while. So let's hope he can capitalize, and then we'll see at the end of the day how it goes. And we're back. Skokie Patriots at the end of 13 overs, 87 for 4. Going at about 6.7 runs and over with 7 extras. Raptors are bowling well. Haris on strike.
And this is the last over from Neil Patel, and he's had an excellent spell so far. And
Beautifully lifted over extra cover.
and that's gone for 4.
Dissecting the fielders. Skokie Pat's teammates cheering him on. And we hear the coach trying to put a fielder down in the cow corner. Deep extra cover. One thing I didn't understand, Neil was bowling so well from his other end. Why would you switch his end?
Yeah.
I don't see a need for that.
And honestly, I would have bowled all his 4 overs together and gone for the kill right then and there. He's been taking wickets. He's controlling the runs.
He's been on target.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason for a bowling change. So let's see what else he has to offer. First delivery, gone for a 4.
And I think all that does is takes the batting team off the hook and breaks the rhythm for the bowler himself, right? He's been bowling so well. And let's see how he can do now.
Agreed.
There might be a mix-up, and a better throw might have had him there.
Hamad is batting a fine line. He turned an easy single into a dangerous one, and with a good throw, that would have been the end of Haris Voda. He called the run and he stopped in the middle of the crease, going to the non-danger end, and it made it difficult. Hamad run a 2. Yeah, Hamad runs a 2 with a deep score.
Yeah, this is not on in T20 cricket. You've played 24 deliveries, scored 18 runs. I know it's difficult, but you've got to maintain that run-a-ball equation. You don't maintain that run-a-ball equation for the folks coming down the order. It's never going to be easy.
You know, I'm gonna give a prediction here.
Oh, what a shot! Up in the air. Will not go.
Oh! Poorly
The
judged by the fielder, and that goes for a 4.
No, it's not. It's not about the fielding. It's more about the ground. It kind of fell and it just
It
turned
turned.
away.
Yeah.
So the fielder can't do anything about it. You see a lot of these in Hanover Park, and grounds all over Chicago.
I think he was played with the spin and the ball turned the minute
Absolutely,
it landed.
yeah.
And Samir lost it.
But that's a very, very good shot. Should give some confidence to Hamad Qureshi, who's definitely trying it really hard to score a boundary. Now he gets his first boundary in 25 balls.
And I think that's the first shot he's hit on the leg side. So you know,
And this is also a good over so far. 11 runs coming off it.
Yeah, we were talking about changing the end for the bowler, unnecessary change, which obviously leaked into runs. So,
you know, I'm gonna give a prediction here. If Haris Vora faces 20 balls, he's gonna score 40 runs.
all right. Let's see
Wait
what
and
it
see.
goes.
Yep.
I'm having faith in my Skokie Pats
Teammates.
friend and teammate.
Friend, teammate.
So
End of
Neil-
over 14, we're at 99 for 4.
And an excellent spell from Neil Patel, finishing it off. 31 for 3 in 4 overs. Last over definitely 12 runs milked off that. But I think that's the momentum that the Pats were looking for. They needed one big over to kind of declare that they're going now. And they still have 6 wickets in hand. They should keep going at this point, because anything less than 140, 150, it's not going to be an easy ask to defend.
Yeah, and now given the fact if they score 60 runs of the last 6 overs, which should be achievable given 6 wickets in hand, that'll be a good target set by Pets, and it will not be easy to chase.
I think
Absolutely.
at least 50 in the last 6 is definitely on the cards. I think anything more than that would, you know, I think favor the Skokie Pats in the chase.
Certainly. At this point, the current run rate 7.07, the projected score of 141 looks good the way they're going. They'll just have to accelerate and push the pedal a little harder so they can end up and cross that 150 mark. That was risk all around. That was literally wicket written all over it. Came down the track, but just tried to adjust it with the turn. Still gets a single.
Yeah, I think it's time for Hamad to turn it up or turn out.
And I think you can see from his approach from the last over, I think he knows, and I think he's been given the direction from the dressing room that it's time to accelerate.
Oh, Haris Vora tries to go down the track. Just gets one, driven straight down the ground. The long on fielder has no problems saving a single. Sorry, allowing a single. So you're gonna have some brilliant drone visuals here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So I've been told Hamad is batting according to his team plan. Let's see how that plan evolves.
This is definitely some acceleration in the last over, and as you can see, the dot balls are diminishing as you see, which is a good sign for a good contest tonight. Oh, the stand! Oh, no, that's dropped.
And another mix-up.
And Hamad has 9 lives today, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, when it's your day, isn't it? This is just unbelievable. The total number of drop catches in this game.
And that was as easy as they come.
Yeah,
You
straight to the
count those
fielder's
5
pouch.
catches, you're looking at 102 for 9. Not even 102. You take those catches that you have taken, the 5 catches, which turned into singles and doubles, would have been about 95 for 9 or something.
A really good shot, but straight to the
What
fielder.
an incredible
and
shot.
only a single.
That's an extra nicely lofted over extra cover, straight to the extra cover fielder.
Yeah, it's never easy. As you can see, actually it's very visible how thick the grass is when you look at the wicket and the grass right next to it. Shows you how thick the grass is.
And this is recently cut from over the weekend. So over the weekend it was even longer than that. So
Yeah, it's the rain. It's the rain kind of. When it rains, the grass grow much faster.
what's happening here? And I see that Hassan Khan has made it to the ground. So let's see if looks like he's also getting ready and padding up. So, crucial reinforcement for Skokie Patriots coming in.
So there's a brief break. I think they were checking about some overs or something. Brilliant bowling. The Raptors have been bowling really tight tonight. They're not letting the batsmen go over. Score, current run rate still 7 per over. Oh, this time Hariswara, he tried to go over long on again. Missed it completely. The turn's been brilliant from Harsh Patel here tonight. So I think there's some score issue and they're just trying to check the scorecard.
There looks to be an issue, and looks like they're about to talk.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There was a brief break, and the game resumed. Arpan Patel into the attack now. So he's bowled 3 for 24. First ball. So intentions are becoming more and more clear now. Harris
Now
Vora.
or never, I believe.
Well, it's go time now. They cannot wait any longer. And I think,
So
with
Harris
still
Vora-
6 more wickets in hand and bunch of capable hitters, they have to go now.
So Harris Vora coming down the track. Couldn't quite lift one, but still gets a single.
That's a good delivery. Full and into the stump. Harris had to dig it out. Lights are coming on. This is a very dangerous time when the lights and the sunset. It takes a while to get your eyes in, but nevertheless, batsmen have to deliver now.
It's also tough for the boundary fielders to take line drive catches at this moment, right? Because the ball gets lost in the sky.
No, that should be a wide. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Oh,
great
that's good running
great
as
running.
well.
Come on, fellas.
This is smart running between the wickets. They know the wickets were dislodged, so they had to come and pick up the wickets. So they know equally, very well.
And no fielder near the ball, so
Yeah.
great presence of mind to steal a run there.
So the Skokie Pats, 108 for 4. Would be interesting to see what they're going to post. Oh, that's a good ball.
The batsman is not happy with the umpire's decision. He thought that was a wide, but the Raptors fast bowlers have kept that offside line all game long, and you have to give them credit.
Arpan, I've faced him, and he's one of the faster bowlers in the league, and he's been consistent about it. Loses his run up. And he bowls nice outswings to the right-handers. And you can see when he comes up to bowl, he puts his shoulder into his action. That gives him that extra push. Smooth run up. There you go.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Take a bow. Harris Vora.
Oh, and that's a 6. Wow.
What an incredible hit that one. Just pegged it right from the slot. Angled it towards the sweeper cover. What an incredible hit.
And if
Much
Harris-
needed boundary.
And if Harris hits a few more of those, he's going to make me look really smart.
Absolutely. You've given your predictions. He said he's going to hit 40 of 20. He's 20 of 15. So he's got to score 20 of 5 balls.
Very doable.
wait, but I think he'll still get to the 40 though.
Oh, this time it's up in the air. Should
Oh,
be a
and that's
6.
another 6.
What an incredible 6. Looks like your prediction is very much likely. What an incredible hit. They're taking Arpan Patel on. It's 2 back-to-back sixers. One thing with Skokie I've seen, I don't want to do a commentator's curse, touch wood. Every time they hit a couple of sixers or a 6, they throw away the wicket. So last ball to go. Would be interesting to see what Harris is going to do.
I think he's going to take a single here.
Oh no, he went for it.
the boundary.
It was in the slot.
Good comeback and good finish. So at the end of 16 overs, the Skokie Pats 120 for 4. 4 overs remaining. 40 from now should get them to 160. But the projected score at this rate is 150. Still is a good score. Skokie Pats, they have a very decent bowling lineup. It's going to be an interesting contest here tonight.
I think if Skokie gets to 160, I think they'll be slightly favored going into the second half of the innings, I would say.
I see your prediction coming through. Sure, you requested 160 should be a good total. So we need 40 and 4. 6 wicket in hand, turning out to be a good partnership.
And look at Harris Vora's innings. You look at the entire scorecard. Salman Ahmed, 125 strike rate. Syed Hassan, 90. Mohsin Jacob, 157. And Qureshi faced 31 balls, scoring at a strike rate of 87. He still can come back like how Harris Vora did. Two big hits, and all of a sudden, he's over 100 and he's almost at 153.
But I
this
think
time-
with Hamad Qureshi now, either he needs to hit it big or get out, because you don't want to waste all the big hitters, still left in the batting order, and not give them a chance.
And also fresh legs. As you
Exactly.
can see, he's struggling with his running.
Yeah,
We
I
get
see
some
there's
fresh legs
still
in there.
Hassan Khan, Qasim Khan, Usama, as you said,
Yep.
Mohammad Fuhad. So there's still a lot of batting
Yeah.
lineup. I don't think the wickets are a concern at this point. I think they just need to start hitting in the air. Even the gaps will give them 2 runs. There you
Nicely
go.
played.
That's
They
really,
should
really
come
good
back
batting.
for 2 here, and Again, Harris with the initiative, coming back on the danger end. Great running there.
The point is Haris is on the danger end and he's in the crease and Hamad is down in the middle of the wicket.
Yeah.
So Hamad is taking his time, but good shot by Haris.
But this is
But that's what
brilliant
I'm saying.
innings
There's
from Harris
no
Vora.
longer time to anchor the innings. It's
You
time to
talk
hit it
ab-
or get out.
You talk about the strike rate, the importance of it. You look at both these batsmen, Hamad Qureshi and Harris Vora, both of them playing on 28. Oh,
That
that's
could go
another
also to the
shot.
fourth.
Might go.
Nice
Oh, that's
dive.
good fielding in the deep. Brilliant
Nice
fielding.
stop.
What an incredible field effort there in the deep. Saved 2 runs for his team, certainly. But look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the strike rate and the impact you do for your team. Hamad Qureshi, 28 of 32. And Harris Vora, 30 of 19. And he was of 28 in 18 balls. Look at that strike rate, the difference. The momentum that it generates. What an
I don't think
incredible hit this time.
If it gets on, nice stop again. Hello. From the drone end.
So this is some acceleration by Harris Vora. A much needed innings. Very crucial one, to be honest. Those 2 sixers have definitely changed the tide. The direction of the tide.
Field change by the bowling side. Deep mid wicket.
Oh,
What a shot that is. What a
This is
shot
up in
that
the
is.
air.
Shot.
Oh, and that's a
Oh,
6.
that's a 6. This man, Harris Vora, he is coming through for his team. His dugout was utterly silent.
You know, I said 40
Until
of
the
20
last-
balls and he's 38 of 21. So, I know I wasn't exactly correct.
So for some time, the dugout was utterly silent. But since the last over, oh, look at that shot yet again. Brilliant piece of batting by Harris Vora.
We hear the name Harry Brook in the dugout. I don't know about from Haris to Harry. When did that happen?
Absolutely. What an incredible acceleration this from Harris Vora. 39 from 22. You're pretty close. Almost close. You said 40 of 20.
You know,
and
I'll-
it's 40 of 22, which is okay.
I think I'll take credit for that.
Absolutely. 177. Incredible strike rate this.
So, Suri and Sabi, how do you guys feel? I know most of us were watching the MLB League, first time Grand Prairie Stadium in Dallas. I saw it. I was amazed at the technology, at the ground conditions, the teams, the rosters, the audience. Right, everybody was. I think the first game was a sellout despite the heat and the obstacles. So kudos to that tournament. I see cricket finally evolving the right way.
I
Yeah.
think it's a big step for U.S. cricket, and I think already you can say the MLC is probably ahead of leagues like T20 Blast in England or Big Bash or even CPL, and I think it's right probably underneath number 3 behind the PSL.
Yeah, absolutely. The quality of cricket is not improving in the US, so I like all the, all the fame that cricket is bringing into the US, but it's not developing the grassroots cricket here in the US. You see, any other franchise league, you have a condition that there needs to be only 4 international players, but now you have almost 10 international players, and not really. In some teams, there aren't any local players at all, which is really alarming.
Well, given the fact that how soccer evolved, right? Yeah, you got local, you got U.S. team in soccer. It was the easiest. Cricket in general is a hard sport to develop, right? You need ground, you need gear, expensive gear. So once the money flows in, I feel it can help. But otherwise, yeah, I agree with you. Having 10 international players is not going to do anything for my son or your son or anyone to motivate them. And X amount of expats can go watch, right, or contribute. But I feel if the money comes in and the U.S. league, U.S. cricket actually kind of encourages high schools and colleges to adapt this game, that's when we'll see the. But looking at this in hindsight, in 1990, when we used to go to Washington Park and pick up the jute mat
Jute
and
mat
have
and
your
hit
own
the nails,
umpires
yeah.
and fight over BS and pick up, whatever, it's a big change, man. And I'm happy that I can go to a stadium, watch a game with my family and friends, and enjoy, man, on big screen TV and watch my favorite players. So I appreciate.
Oh, that's a
this.
very big wicket. That's a very big wicket. But I think Skokie Pats will be okay with that, because I know, but mind you, this is a very crucial partnership that Hamad Qureshi has built in because you never know what's coming down the order. I know there's only 2.3 overs left, but that innings from Hamad Qureshi that certainly built the entire base for Haris Vora for that masterclass innings. Really, if I would say if Skokie bats were 135 and in a decent position right now, there's a very good effort that's played from Hamad Qureshi as well.
And there's different school of thought. Some will say he wasted a lot of deliveries, and some will say he played a crucial role to get the team to this stage, right? And the answer is probably somewhere in the middle. But I think, this is what the innings were needed. I just, unfortunately for him, he couldn't accelerate at the right time.
Absolutely. I think we got the answer from their team dugout though when they texted Mobai and they said, that was the strategy. We didn't want him to go for it. We wanted him to anchor the innings on one side. So certainly he's played, to his team's heart's content tonight. So I think 150 is going to be a very, very interesting game looking at what I've seen in the first half in dried out conditions. And I could already see my leg a little wet here in the grass. You can
And
see
why
the
are you
dew
complaining
kicking
about that?
in. No, I'm saying that the dew is kicking in.
The dew is kicking in? Are you sure it's the dew?
Yeah.
And
Is that Mountain Dew?
and the tournament management is shaking their head.
Nice loft over mid-on.
Brilliant. They should get one now. So looks like Kasim Bhai is in. Kasim Khan. He's a good bat. He's a big hitter of the ball.
Absolutely.
So the run rate all of a sudden climbed up to 7.7. So getting to almost 160 is just a matter of couple of hits. They should look for it. That's good keeping from Jay Desai. Good presence of mind. But I think Harris was very well in the crease.
And that's good keeping by Jay. He's keeping up on a fast bowler. He's not allowing Haris to move, from the crease, and which is, signaling it's not easy for the batsman once he doesn't have any legs underneath him,
Absolutely.
And Prakshesh has been bowling these slower deliveries in his entire spell. Even his first spell when he came in, he was bowling these slower deliveries and not giving any pace to the batsman.
Definitely. It's going to be an interesting chase here tonight though. Because both teams, they will need these 2 points to stay alive in the contest. Because Skokie Pats hasn't won a game. If they win all the games from now, they can still make it. And they lose this game, they are out of the tournament pretty much. And it depends on a lot of equations with the other teams. At the same time, the Raptors, they only have 3 games left. If they don't win the 3 games, their equation is pretty dicey
They
as well.
call it curtains for them.
Absolutely. So it's going to be an interesting fight tonight.
It's a good finish. 2 dot balls in the end to pull the score back.
It was a great over. 2 runs and a wicket in the 18th over. So, that was amazing.
2 overs, 24 from now should pretty much be achievable given they have 5 wickets in hand. What do you think, Mobai? They should have accelerated maybe a couple of overs early, maybe around 11th, 12th over. They took their chances.
But Haris was trying, right? And unfortunately, Hamad couldn't
No, I'm
get
talking
any.
about Hamad. Harris,
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, and I think he was trying, but he just couldn't elevate or get out of his shell. But I think he tried. I wouldn't say intent is not there, but he was just not able to execute. But excellent over. Imagine if we had 12, 14 runs in this over, the score would be touching 150. Easily around 150. So we would have said, like you said, in hindsight, it's great partnership or whatever. He stabilized, and we lost 3 quick wickets in 2 overs. So he took us. He stabilized the innings. So at the end of the day, if you win, you overlook it. If you lose, then you can go back and criticize the scorecard on him. So cricket is very funny, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what Kasim Khan is going to do because Kasim Khan likes to play the fast bowlers. And for him, lucky for him, Yash Maheshwari is into the attack. Oh, that's a good York. Very, very good executed, nicely executed York. Oh, they'll look for 2. Oh, that's really good running. Really, really good running. This is exactly what I was talking about when Ahmad Qureshi was running with Haris Vora.
That would have been not possible.
Absolutely.
Or a run out.
Absolutely.
You need to take chances now, take on the fielder, take risks because runs will help you win.
Definitely.
And credit Haris Vora, even after facing 25 deliveries, he's still running hard and, trying to get as many runs for his team as possible.
Definitely. Qasim Khan. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh,
Good feeling there in the deep. Will only get one. But look at that shot. Should have gone all the way. Probably didn't time it on that occasion.
and I think field placement has been excellent to cut all the boundaries. And good take by the fielder and a good throw. I think Qasim expected this to go for a boundary, so he didn't run the first one hard. But deep square leg fielder took it on one bounce and returned it in.
Oh, that's a slower one.
That should be a 2.
I think there should be 2 runs here.
Easy 2. Yeah, you got to turn the 1s into 2s and 2s into 3s. So
Absolutely. So
All
these
this will
twos
add
are
up.
helping.
yes,
So you talk about the value of these singles and doubles. You see, there was a dot ball, but still they've milked 5 runs of 3 deliveries without a boundary.
correct.
You look at this rate, they would score 10 runs without a boundary every over.
And we'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a smart way to play. Oh, what a shot!
Is that going to
Straight
cage
to
the
coach.
fielder?
Oh, my goodness, this is
Qasim not running the
this
first one hard.
is
Poor running by Qasim again. That's 2 runs he has missed.
And that's, they were
That
ball
should have been
watching.
a 2.
oh boy, too many catches dropped tonight for the Raptors, but that should still be okay. They haven't got. I mean,
No one actually capitalized on the drop catches,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Hamad twice. He didn't go for Raja once, I believe. So let's see what it happens in the end.
Exactly. Oh, this time he goes towards the square leg.
Oh,
Oh no.
these boundaries are big, my friend. You think I played Saturday night and I was trying to clear them and I couldn't. I was missing Skokie Park. I said over there it would have been a 4 or a 6. Here you just have to run. The beauty about Henner Park is a proper cricket field. You gotta place the ball in the gaps. If you can't clear the boundary, run 1s and 2s. You can make a lot of runs here, but
Definitely.
you gotta run them.
It's a great balance between the bat and ball here, right? It doesn't give an advantage to the batsman here.
Definitely. So that's a very good over. I think they got 7 runs of this over. Sorry, 8 runs of this over. That's still okay. Without a boundary, you score 8 runs. That's incredible.
But I think the Raptors will take that. I mean, 19th over, 8 runs, I think they'll take that.
Yeah.
Given the fact 5 wickets in hand, they're not going for any big overs.
Definitely. But there's almost 6-7 drop catches here tonight. I mean, forget about the drop catches. You just count those singles that were taken in those drop catches. That's 7 runs less. That could have played a very, very crucial role. I mean, if not for the drop catches.
And I would say Skokie covered it up by not taking a lot of the singles and doubles. So I think we're back to,
give
back
it
to
plus
par.
minus.
We're back to par.
Minus 10, 7 to 10 on each side.
Both teams trying to balance it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
You're balancing
goodness.
the books like good accountants. I think we should expect a bunch of
Prakshesh
slow
Patel.
deliveries here.
Oh yeah, Prakshesh Patel. He will mix it up really nicely. The wonderful thing about Prakshesh Patel, you cannot tell from his action if he's gonna bowl a slower one. You just have to wait for the ball.
I think that's his 3rd straight dot to Ora, right? We had 2 straight dots in the last over of his over.
And all 3 slower deliveries.
All 3. So I think Haris should not try to, power muscle him, yet try to put bat on the ball and try to get some singles and doubles also.
Oh, that's a slower one.
Yeah, easy as a single.
Just a single, he'll take that.
Yeah.
That's 145, 4 balls remaining. Wonder what the Skokie Pats could do.
Can we
4
see some
big ones from now is 24, which can get them to 169, which is a maximum they could expect without any, in 4 legal deliveries. Oh, this is up in the air.
top edge?
Not easy to take those. No, never easy to take those. They'll still get 2.
Oh,
Look at that. That's probably the 8th catch dropped, but never easy.
under the lights, especially
Yeah.
at this time when the sunset and it's the merging, it's not easy, especially the high ones.
Absolutely.
I think credit to the Raptors bowling. After the 16th over, looked like 160, maybe 170 was on the cards, and only 1 boundary of the last 4 overs.
Yeah, this is up in the air.
Run 2, run 2!
What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen?
And here
It's
we have a,
almost like a game of no catches today. You have seen Game of Thrones. You haven't seen Game of No Catches.
I look like I'm watching Game of Thrones. They're catching bricks.
and Mobile, we have a biased commentary box here.
Well, I'm saying what I see. Coach, more practice.
Oh, that's out. That's out. Brilliant. Just last ball. One ball to go.
He runs very fast, coach.
Coach, you know, he teaches football. Yeah, I know him, man. Samir is like, he got 2-finger push-ups. I'm like, that's coach, bro. Yeah. और फिर टाओ में कहीं और
So looks like that's not an out.
Really? That looked out to me.
Yeah, they looked out to the naked eye, but maybe the umpire saw it
Yeah,
better.
the umpires, they are in the best position to say that. No, I thought the umpire actually gave it away.
I saw him walking, right?
Yeah,
That's what I
and
thought. And then he
looks
came
like-
back and put the stumps in, and we're good to
Nonetheless, save some time. Last ball to go. Oh, this time it's up in the air. Oh no.
go. He'll take a single.
That's the end of the Spats innings. And 150 for 5. So 151 is the target. So it's 10 runs short on what I've said, but I said 150 to 160. So that's
You
still
had a
okay.
good radius.
So we're going to take a quick break and be right back after the break, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Desperate Appeal. So I have Sabi Ahmed with me, the brother of Salman Ahmed, our own Kupi. And so there's a $1 billion secret that Sabi Ahmed is going to reveal. So why do people call him Kupi?
I have no idea.
I just told them a $1 billion question. You can't say no.
I honestly do not know the answer to that. But if you find out, please let me know.
That's really good bowling from Usama. He's been bowling brilliantly. Good space to begin with. They have started with Harsh Patel and Samir Chaudhary. They're two very good hitters because they know they want to maximize in the power play. Because they know the dew is kicking in. I was walking around in the grass with my flip-flops and I could feel some dew already. So as the time progresses, the dew is going to be even more heavier. So they will want to maximize right now. But a very fiery spell from Usama to begin with.
And I know what I'm going to say is going to sound simple, but I think if Skokie takes all their catches, they will win this game. I think it's going to come down to that. And I know it's tough taking catches under the lights, so I think that's going to be the difference maker here.
Absolutely. We have seen the Raptors. They've dropped almost 8 catches. 2 of them, I don't blame them. The one catch that that had to be taken running backwards, and the other catch which fell in the middle where Yaj Maheshwari had to cover a lot of ground. Those 2 catches are okay, but the other 6, they were sitters.
Yeah,
Literally.
I agree. And that was a great single right there on the last ball of the over. I mean, that's what you need, right? Especially in a chase. You cannot miss easy runs, and sometimes you have to steal the runs.
Absolutely. A steady start for the Raptors here tonight. So at the end of the first over, scored 4 for no loss.
Looks like Yaqub Ali is coming to bowl the second over.
No, I think Hunain is going to come in.
Oh, is that Hunain? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Hunain.
Okay.
I would be surprised if Yaqub opens it. I haven't seen Yaqub opening the bowling.
He does, he does in 30-30 day cricket. So.
Oh, okay.
Hunain's a good choice, right? He's a wicket taker in the power play, and actually he bowls quite a bit in the power play. So.
Yeah. I think Hunain Amin is going to bring in that Neil Patel and that Harsh Patel effect. Because he's a very, very good spinner.
I think the key for him will be how he varies his pace, right? So, especially on this pitch, I don't think he can bowl the same 6 deliveries at the same pace.
Yeah, it's surprising they haven't opened with Jay Desai. It's a very good bat, very good opener actually. Hasn't quite clicked recently. That's probably why, or I don't know. They just wanted somebody to just go and whack. Probably send Samir Chaudhary for that. And Samir Chaudhary, he can hit the ball hard.
And maybe take the pressure off Jay Desai, right? If he's not performing well, he's not in great nick, maybe take the pressure off, and maybe he can come in, with the field more open after the power play, and maybe build his innings that way.
Definitely. Oh, that's a good shot. Yeah, you don't see players diving in this format of the game, but it almost looked like there was a chance if Harris had dived to his right, but you never can say because to the naked eye, you never can judge the distance sitting this far.
Yeah. I think it's more of the reaction. I don't think he could have made it even if he dove for it full length.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good ball. Wide call by the umpire. Look at that bounce. That bounce I keep talking about very, very often. It can get really dicey sometimes. When you edge those things, it goes towards the third man.
And he's bowling from the same end that Neil Patel was bowling from, and he's getting the same bounce, and he takes the wicket here.
Oh, that's a big, big wicket of Harsh Patel. Mr. Consistent for the Raptors. And Hunain, we talk about him so much. He often does it. It almost becomes a new normal for him. Always takes wickets in the power play. That's a big wicket, really. And I think Jay Desai might now walk in.
And if you look back in this innings, if the Raptors don't win from here, maybe they look back at not finishing Neil Patel's fourth over from the same end, right?
Absolutely.
You see the variable bounce that the spinners are getting from here. They almost look unplayable.
Definitely. Wonder who the batsman walking in is.
It's saying Jay
Should be
Desai on the
Desai.
scorecard.
Oh, okay. Then it should be Jay. Yeah. It's the right choice because Jay Desai, he's played some serious pace and some good spinners. He should. There should be one innings that is anchored here tonight. Wonder who's gonna do that, but definitely is going to be.
Yeah, definitely on this pitch, you can't have everyone expected to
Yeah.
go blazing from ball one. So someone needs to play that anchor innings, similar to what Hamad Qureshi did for the Skokie
Absolutely.
Patriots.
Now you see the value of that innings. I mean, it was not easy for anybody coming down the order to hit as well. You see Qasim Khan, he couldn't really convert any boundaries as well. So that innings from Hamad Qureshi, that proved to be really, really brilliant for the Pats, along with that man of the match. I mean, if Pats end up winning, it should be Harris Vora to me, who should be the man of the match.
Oh, 100%. Unless like someone here takes like 3 or 4 wickets, right? That's different. But Harris definitely, put the score on the cards for them and at least gave their bowlers a fighting chance here.
Definitely.
I would say more than a fighting chance, actually. 150 under the lights is no joke.
It's a really good over from Hunain. Oh, this time Jay Desai, he tries to hit one over to the covers. They should get two. So it's a steady start really, but they've lost that big wicket of Harsh Patel, who usually kind of plays that anchor innings for the Raptors in the middle order. But today he's decided to open.
And Jay Desai, with the loss of the early wicket, is pretty much back in the open role again.
Oh, this time he hits one towards the mid wicket. Should get two at least. They might look for even three. Yes, they will. And they will get it comfortably.
Great running here. And I'm surprised they don't have anyone at the mid-wicket area and they have long on and long off. I mean, I would definitely have one on the mid-wicket area.
Definitely. That's good start. 8 of this over from Hunain Amin. But they did get that wicket of Harsh Patel. So the end of 2 overs. The Raptors 12 for 1. Going about run a ball. So Sabhi, where do you play? Which team are you playing for right now?
So I'm actually the captain of a team called SOP in Division 2 of Midwest.
Got it.
So
What does SOP stand for?
Shaheens of Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So I entered the team last year. We actually made it to the semifinals. So I would say that was a pretty successful run. So far this year, we had a okay run. We're 5-3. So but with plenty of cricket left.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The season. Look at those visuals, ladies and gentlemen. Those visuals I keep talking so repeatedly about. That's the Hanover Park Stadium. Oh wow.
Can we give a shout out to the man behind the visuals?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Barinder Saini Barry. He has done some seriously amazing work. Just incredible.
And the commitment it takes to be here every game, right? And be here before the game starts and be here after the game ends, pack everything up. I mean, it takes a lot of work, so you have to give him a lot of credit.
Definitely. It's a thankless job, really. I mean, no matter how much you say about a person, it takes some commitment to do this amidst your busy lives.
Definitely.
A lot of mosquitoes today, probably because of the weather. They're coming up.
Yeah, it was like this on Saturday night as well. We had a game here, and it was definitely a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a short, so they're probably targeting me.
Yeah, and because of that, they're coming near me as well.
Oh, that should be a wide. Yes, it is.
And I don't like that short ball at all because if you're gonna do that, at least have some protection on the square leg area, right? Because even if there's a miscue, and it falls in like the 40-yard line, you're not gonna get a catch out of it. So I mean,
Definitely.
there's no good with that. Either it's gonna be a wide ball, boundary, or a couple runs. So I don't like that without taking a fielder back there.
Definitely. And at least you need to have a third man when you're bowling that kind of a bouncer. Because even the edges kind of carry towards the boundary on the deep. So there's no boundary so far, but the singles are coming.
And then that's the key, right? They're taking singles. They've gotten a couple doubles and even ran 3 runs. So they're definitely like running well between the wickets. And even as we saw in the first inning, boundaries aren't easy to come here, but they're definitely like not facing that many dot balls.
Definitely. You see these 2.3 overs, they're 16 for 1. They're scoring at a run rate of 6.4, and there's no boundaries. This is really, really good. Nice comeback from Usama. He's now bowling to the field. He's got the gully. He's got the third man. Sorry, he's got the flying slip, I should say. And then there's a point, and he's trying to keep that ball a little shorter than he should be doing. But now, the previous delivery, that was a perfect delivery.
And that's what we said it many times. That's what the Raptors are doing in the first innings. Their bowlers are bowling according to their field, and that's what the Skokie bowlers need to do now. Is bowl according to the plan and according to the field.
Definitely.
Last ball of the over, and they're expecting a big shot, and some of the fielders are moving to the 30-yard line.
Should be a no,
Oh, that's a no
because
ball.
that's the second one of the over. So that should be a second. Yeah, a second one is always a no, and it's a free hit.
See, again, that's not smart cricket there, right? You already bowled a wide, and that was called for one for the over.
Yep.
And then you bowl another bouncer, and again, there's no protection there. So even there's a miscue, like who's gonna take the catch? So I don't see any upside in bowling that short ball with after already bowling one in the over before.
Definitely. So these are the mistakes that can cost you towards the end when you lose by a run or a two. Oh, this is a no ball. Full toss one. They should get two. That's good running between the wickets. They're running really hard. Samir Chaudhary missed that juicy full toss. It's never easy under the lights to hit those low full tosses.
You really have to get underneath them, and it's not that easy, right?
Exactly. You've got to time those full tosses.
I think the Raptors can be maybe like 40 for 1 after 6, 35 to 40 for 1. I think they'll be in good shape. Like as long as they can keep the wickets for the back end and maintain a run rate over around 6.5. I think they should be in good shape.
Certainly. 3 overs, 19 for 1 without a boundary. Tells you how hard they are working on their singles and doubles. It's a beautiful sight.
Chala.
Hunain Amin will continue the attack from the street end of the Hanover Park. Hunain Amin is doing really well. He's taken that wicket but proven a little expensive in the first over. 8 of it. Oh, this time Jay Desai slashes one towards the long off. Will only get a single. So there's a cow corner. And then there's a long off. So Hunain is asking the long off to come in because the long on is going back.
Actually, he's not. And there's some discussion here as far as which fielder should go back here. So change from the last over. They have deep mid wicket and a long off now. Actually, a wide long off. So
Yeah, the long on seems to be almost on the outside the 30 yards, but he's probably inside. As I said, to the naked eye, you can never judge the distance. Oh, this is up in the air. Fielder getting underneath it. Oh, that's dropped. That is dropped.
And that's dropped by
Oh.
Salman, and he's usually a very short fielder, and he'll be disappointed with that because he made really
Salman.
good ground getting underneath it. And
Absolutely. It's very, very rare to see Kupi dropping a catch. Usually such a good fielder. But I guess that's a really, really big wicket. They could have gotten.
yeah, they could have really put Hanover Raptors, or St. Charles Raptors, on the back foot here by taking 2 wickets in the power play, so similar to how Skokie were.
Definitely. I mean, one thing about getting 2 wickets, there's another thing about getting Jay Desai. He's usually very good in the top order. You remove him, it's going to be a. Oh,
I believe it was Samir Chaudhary whose catch it was dropped.
no.
Was it?
Samir is currently on strike.
Which was it, 2 runs? Didn't they run 2 runs off the drop?
Submit to that catch.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I think, Sabi, you're right. I think it's a catch of Samir Chaudhary. This time he tries to go long on. Might get a boundary.
Again, I don't like the fact that the long on fielder isn't on the boundary. I don't like the fact that there's long off. There should be long on and deep mid wicket. I think that's what the field should be.
Definitely. I don't see the point in having a long off that wide and have a mid off fielder. Very surprising field set.
Yeah.
But Hanan knows what he's trying to do. The bowler always has a strategy. Won't blame it.
And maybe part of the strategy was to induce a rash shot and get that catch opportunity, and they did get that. So maybe that was part of the strategy, is making the batsman play a false shot, and they did get that opportunity. Unfortunately, they couldn't take the catch.
Barry.
Looks like Qasim Khan is coming into the attack now, replacing Osama.
Qasim Khan is a very, very experienced campaigner. Plays at ACC and several other leagues. Very experienced campaigner. It's going to be interesting to see how Jay Desai and Samir Chaudhary are going to take on from now. Just chipped it towards the mid-on. He knows the long on is deep. There is a mid-off fielder, but it's like extra short mid-on.
Yeah.
He's neither here nor there, those kind of fielders.
I think he's there for the drive and to protect the singles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this time Samir Chaudhary pulls one towards the cow corner. That's a boundary. The first boundary off the bat of Samir Chaudhary. The first found boundary comes off in the power play in the 5th over. The second ball of Qasim Khan, pressure on him right away. But he's experienced enough to come back and give a very, very strong comeback. A lot of good players do that.
And you can see only one boundary, but the run rate is going pretty well. They've been taking the singles and doubles, so they aren't facing that many dot balls, which is the key here.
Absolutely. I think that's the script that the Pats lost initially. Oh, this time. Oh, look at that running again. The ball literally missed. It was right at the crease. They steal a single. They're trying to make sure there are no dot balls.
It looks like the long on fielder is pretty much near the cow corner area, wide long on, and
Yeah, there's a cow corner, there's a deep mid wicket, and there's nobody outside the 30 yards. Tells you that he's going to bowl straighter or towards the leg. There you go.
there's a catch here,
This could be gone.
and well taken.
That is a big, big wicket. Nice strategy, really. He's placed his fielder and bowled exactly to him. He knew a short ball is going to be pulled to Harris Vora, and he had the right fielder there. Harris Vora, incredible fielder. He doesn't drop any.
And this is what I was talking about with Osama Ahmed when he was bowling. He bowled a couple short deliveries, but he didn't have any protection out there. So even if the batsman connected, there would be no one to take the catch. And Qasim Khan, smartly, again bowled according to his field and got a wicket. And Haris looks like he's having a great game and he's doing it all for the Patriots tonight.
Definitely, this is just incredible comeback after being hit for a boundary of the second ball. This is what I told you about. Good and experienced campaigners, they always have a strategy. So Qasim Khan and Hunain Amin providing some crucial breakthroughs. They need to bank on that from this point. This Pavish Patel, player from UAE, has come in to play for the Raptors.
Oh, is that who he is? I don't think I've ever seen him before. Does he play any day cricket in Midwest?
No, he's just come in recently from UAE to play this tournament.
Nice.
A lot falls on him.
And Hanover Park is not an easy ground for even professional cricketers from outside coming in and playing right away. Right, it takes time to get used to, and from what I've seen, it takes most of the players like half a season, a full season to really get adjusted to play their natural game.
Definitely, never easy. Just never easy. There's certain appeal. That's a good ball.
It definitely hit something, right? Wide ball wasn't
Yeah,
called.
the batsman was indicating that it was the shirt. So no wonder everybody's got excited. There was some sound they would have heard,
Yeah.
but the umpire's not convinced. The umpire said no.
Not to be biased, I did hear a sound, but it could be anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, yeah. We should communicate. No. It's the 10 first and then.
Bhavesh Patel, he's an experienced campaigner.
Has he played any international cricket for UAE, or just like the domestic?
He's
leagues out there?
played first class cricket in UAE. I've heard he's like a top order bat. He's played for my team in the Chicago Cup.
Oh,
played
nice. Okay.
played just one game, but he did really well in that game against Lagan. We won over the team in the last over thanks to the innings from Anuj Sharma and Bhavesh Patel. They've opened and they almost finished the game together. A lot of mosquitoes, big ones.
These are very bigger than in India.
Yeah.
Even they know it's going to be an exciting finish tonight, and they're getting close to the action.
Yeah, and these big mosquitoes. They try to get into my shot. So Hunain Amin, he'll continue the attack. This is probably the last over he'll bowl.
Yeah, I like this. Give him a third over. See if he can, get one more wicket here and really break the back of the Raptors.
And he's also doing well in the power play, so there's no wonder, there's no reason for the Pats to stop him at this point. I know he's bowling good. You want to have a spinner towards the death as well. But the way he's bowling, there's no point because the runs are not coming on. Oh, this time, that's mistimed.
Oh. I thought the fielder could have done a better job of attacking the ball there. Looked like he pulled up a little too early there, but maybe I'm just being too harsh on the fielder.
Yeah, it's never easy to side the ball. A lot of times when you see the ball coming towards you, especially in these conditions, it almost feels like the ball's traveling to you, so you probably are not sure where to go. I've seen it happening to me a lot of times. Oh, brilliant. Good bowling from Hunain. Very, very consistent line and length.
Yeah, I think the one advantage that Skokie has is they have 3 spinners, right? They saw Salman and Hassan Khan, so even if like they bowl out Hunain here or he bowls 3 overs here, they still have other options throughout the innings for them.
Yeah, and then they also have Harris Vora, who's a very good bowler.
And he's been actually, again, he's been in great form, not with the bat, with the ball as well. He's been performing not in, day cricket, but he's also been performing. I know he also plays for in the American T20 League, and he's been performing quite well there as well.
Absolutely. So Samir Chaudhary playing at run a ball, and Bhavesh Patel played 4 balls. He still is yet to open his account.
So who do you think plays the anchor innings here, Samir Chaudhary or Bhavesh Patel? Who do you think has to play that role today for them?
Neither of these two, because these two batsmen, they're not somebody who can anchor and take the game through, but there is good amount of players inside the Raptors team who can actually do that. But these two, the way I've seen them playing, they cannot play that anchoring innings.
Yeah. So do you think after these 4 dot balls or 3 dot balls, a rash shot is coming here?
Yeah, definitely. You see that he's trying to swing at everything. You don't see that, that elegance of a drive, of a back foot drive or something like that. Because both these batsmen, they like taking their shots, and that's how they should play. Because they are chasing a mammoth total of 150, 6 overs, 31.
So after the power play, I think Skokie were around, they also had lost 2 wickets in the power play, and I think they were around like 35, 30 odd runs. So
Definitely.
I think both teams are on track similarly. So, let's see who plays in the cameo that Harris played for Skokie, who does that for the Raptors today.
Definitely.
Skokie Patriots are 44 for 2 after 6, and the Raptors are 31 for 2. So they're slightly behind what Skokie were.
Yeah.
Great job by Hamad Qureshi here, chasing after the ball and only keeping the batsman from running 2 runs there.
He's trying to make up for that.
Yeah,
Those lost runs.
Yeah, someone can say where was that effort during the running, but again, I'm probably being too harsh here.
Definitely. They'll still need 118 runs in 13.4. The required run rate almost creeping up to 9 now, 8.63 required. Talk about those value of catches. You can see that. Samir Chaudhary is trying to go after it, but he's not able to connect some. He's got to change his bat. Do something.
Yeah, this is where they'll have to pick a bowler to, attack, and they'll have to get going because, you don't want the run rate required rate to climb to like 9.5, 10, and then it'll be really tough for anyone coming in new to bat and, to attack from the get-go.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, I thought it went all the way. The way he played, almost that sky shot, that Surya Kumar Yadav shot, trying to place it towards the fine leg. Didn't quite time it, not probably from the middle of the bat, maybe just edged it or something. It's going to be an interesting contest though. 116 required of 13.2. They should get too easy.
And this is what they've missed the last couple overs, right? The singles and doubles. It looks like, they were, the dot balls started to pile up and they missed some easy runs. So, as long as they can keep, I know boundaries aren't easy tonight, but as long as they can keep taking the singles and doubles and take the game deep, I think they can get this.
Yeah. It's a good ball, good comeback ball. So at the end of 7 overs, the Raptors 37 for 2. They're going at a run rate of 5.29. Just got one boundary so far in the 7 overs. They've got to look for areas. They've got to score at least a couple of boundaries to get that momentum back. Because at this rate, they will need at least 9 every over now.
Looks like Hunain might be coming up to bowl his 4th over and finishing up his spell. And I actually don't mind that.
It should be okay if they have 3 spinners.
Yeah. And especially if he takes a wicket here or not, bowls another over for like maybe 2 or 3 runs, that's definitely going to put them on the back foot, the Raptors. So I like this, go for the kill. Like we were talking about with Neil Patel, they stopped him after the 3 overs, and Skokie are actually bringing Hunain in back for his 4th over. So let's see if, this pays for them or not.
So Hunain continuing his final over. Bhavesh Patel trying to be cheeky on that occasion. Just trying to place it towards the third fine leg. Gets a single.
And you can see the mindset of that shot, right? He knows before that shot he was only 1 for 7, and he knows he needs to get going, and the required rate is climbing. So he's trying to do something unorthodox, at least to seal a few runs here and there.
Absolutely. Samir Chaudhary trying to take that big one now. Samir Chaudhary is trying to go big, just not able to connect anything. He's playing it run a ball. Oh, this one I was talking about.
And that's onto the streets.
Brilliant shot, that one. Picked up right from that slot. It was long coming. He was trying all over. Just couldn't connect it. This one, sweetly timed. Needed a drone to catch that one.
And if you look at the length there, that was twofold compared to all the other lengths he's been
Absolutely.
bowling. Obviously he missed the length there, but great job by Samir Chaudhary picking that up and, hitting it onto the streets.
Definitely. Samir Chaudhary is one such bowler. Samir Chaudhary is one such batsman. When he gets one, kind of opens up in a completely different forum. That's really good running between the wickets. Good effort from the Pats as well. Hassan Khan trying to chase it down. But Bhavesh Patel, he called it early.
And
He's pretty much safe.
Again, that's smart cricket, right? He got a boundary, takes a single, gets off the strike, and now there's already 8 runs off the first 4 balls of this over. So this is a really good over for the Raptors.
Absolutely, they've got to keep doing these, because if you still see with that 6, they are still scoring at a current run rate of 5.87. The required run rate of 8.59, almost 8.6. They've got to do something. They've got to have those couple of big hits if they were to kind of keep that momentum going. So what happens is you keep scoring that run a ball, all of a sudden you lose a wicket. Somebody coming down the order will try to accelerate and keep that, run rate going. That is when you miss the script.
Yeah. And that's what we
Brilliantly
talked
played.
about. One of these guys has to keep pushing it, right? Both cannot, play the dot balls or play the anchor innings. And I know the intent isn't to play the anchor innings, but one of these guys have to take on the bowlers and, get a boundary or, at least one boundary every over.
Absolutely. And Bhavesh Patel currently playing on 2 from 8. And a lot is falling on the hands of Samir Chowdhury. It's certainly a good over. At the end of the 8th over, the Raptors 47 for 2. They are almost at run a ball now. They'll still need 8.67. Needing almost 104 runs in 12 overs. They're 32 runs short. Between the balls and the runs, they've got to cover those 32 somehow before the last ball is bowled.
Yeah, and these are the singles that the Skokie Patriots weren't taking in the first innings that the Raptors are taking. So let's see at the end of the game if that's the difference.
So Sabi, what do you think? Who do you think are the favorites at this point?
I think I would say Skokie are slightly on top here, just because the required rate is close to 9 right now. And we've seen throughout the first innings and the first 8 overs over here is how tough it is to hit the boundaries. So I think anything over 7.5, 8 is going to be really tough. Again, Samir Chaudhary looks like he's set. He's 28 of 24. So, if he can hit a few more boundaries, he can definitely bring the game back for the Raptors here.
Certainly, that's what I'm thinking as well. Between these two batsmen, Samir Chowdhury and Bhavesh Patel, they've got to score some quick 30-40 runs to kind of get that momentum going.
Exactly.
Without that, it's going to be a challenging situation.
Yeah, I don't think this is like normal T20 conditions where, you can back yourself to score 9 to 10 runs in over in the last 5. I think you really got to keep it at least to 8 and over in the last
That's a
5.
good shot. Good feeling in the deep by Haris Vora as well.
Good throw.
That's a good shot, sounding shot. I don't know if it's from the middle of the bat, but it almost looked like it's like, two woods clashing.
Yeah,
But
definitely
it
made
didn't.
an interesting noise.
Yeah. It's not the sweet sound of the bat though, right?
No what.
It's almost like mallet hitting the bat, but good feeling in the deep by Harris. Just 1 run from it. No harm done.
तो स्कोर देख रहा हूँ मैं इतनी देर से T10 की बातें हो रही हैं.
Oh, that's a short one this time. Put it away towards the third man. Might be a boundary. If not, they will definitely get 2. They're looking for 3 as well. Oh, what happened with the throw there? That's good running. Brilliantly played though, that shot. If you look at it, that short ball, he's almost anticipated that.
But again, that's a third short ball by the Skokie bowlers where there's no protection there. I mean, he looked like it was intended to be short on the offside, but, there's no third man and there's no one in the deep. So, again, I don't think that was smart bowling there according to field.
Definitely. Oh, this time he goes towards the mid wicket. Will only get 1. Might even get 2. Good running between the wickets.
Baba Yakub.
For a minute, it looked like there was some confusion in the middle. The direct hit, a strong arm, could have definitely been a little closer.
I think with how heavy the ground is, I think you have to run 2 or anything to the boundary. And especially, I think you have, almost most fielders, you have to take the second for the throw as well.
Definitely. So the Raptors dugout were a little silent, but now they're all charged up. You could hear some noises now.
One thing I'll tell you about Samir, AKO coach, he runs his first one very hard. He believes in turning 1s into 2s. And you can see the difference. He hasn't got any major big hits, but his strike rate is over 100, just converting 1 into 2s. So going back to the basics, right, where Pets did not take 2s that were 2s, he's converting 1 that are not 2s into 2s.
Okay, thank you so much.
Certainly, look at this. Bhavesh Patel is trying to play that anchor innings that Ahmad Qureshi played. Sensible, because he usually likes playing the big shots as well. But on this occasion, He's just trying to keep it to singles, not trying too hard for boundaries and stuff. He's letting Samir Chaudhary do the job. So at the end of 9 overs, the Raptors 55 for 2.
I think what's going to be key here is that, you know, the overs that Salman and Hassan are going to bowl. I think that's who the batsmen are going to target, or the spinners. I think, and, you know, depending on how those overs go, I think that's how the game is going to go.
Definitely.
And it looks like Haris Vora is coming into the attack, and, you know, if he bowls a great spell here, he can really, I mean, you can pretty much guarantee his name as the man of the match for the game. I mean, he's already scored 40 odd runs, taken a really good catch, and now if he can bowl a couple good overs, I think, you know, he can easily be the game changer that Skokie needed to get that first win of the season, of the tournament.
Certainly. Haris Vora, he's pretty consistent with his line and length. Doesn't give away too many extras and too many bad balls. So the Raptors will look to score singles and doubles, maybe take that odd shot from the other side, because they still need to cover 30 runs. They need 96 and 66. So somehow they've got to make sure.
Yeah, I think Haris here is going to bowl full. I think that's what his game plan is going to be. He's going to bowl full. He's going to change pace, and let's see how the batsmen attack that.
Yeah, definitely is an interesting situation. Oh, that's a slower one. Brilliantly bowled. So Haris Vora, he's doing the Prakshesh Patel.
He's doing what was done to him while he was batting.
.56 for 2, the Raptors. 9.2. Oh,
There's
that's
that.
ball. That's exactly what I was talking about. Brilliant York.
And, you know, that's his game plan. You know, he bowls it full, he goes for the Yorkers, and he tries to change pace. And, you know, it looks like Haris Vora is going to cement his name as a man of the match if this keeps on going.
Definitely.
And that's the big wicket, right? Samir Chaudhary is a set batsman, right? So now all the pressure is going to be on Bhavesh Patel's shoulders, because, you know, he's kind of taking a back seat here, but he needs to get it going now. I mean, you know, the set batsman is out, and, you know, he's going to have to take the attacking role now, because it's not going to be easy for the new batsman to come in and get going right away.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see. So looks like Dharmesh Patel is in.
What's your scouting report on him?
So Dharmesh Patel, he's part owner of this team,
Okay.
and he hasn't like played any match-winning knocks to what I have seen, but he's usually somebody who can strike the ball. Maybe the expectation from him is to kind of get that 10 ball 20, you know,
pinch
that-
hitter role right
yeah,
now.
that kind of role.
And I think we can also call out then, you know, you noted that he's a part owner of the team. So right now we're getting a part owner in Haris Vora versus part owner in Dharmesh Patel, a owner versus owner matchup here in MPL.
Oh, I didn't know Haris Vora was part owner. Got it.
We're an equally funded opportunity team. If you want to contribute, welcome. So the run rate is creeping up slowly. Yeah, for those who don't know, Haris Vora used to play in Minnesota, and it was a good find for us. He joined our team when he moved from Minnesota to Chicago. He played under a good friend under Masood Yunus, a good friend of mine. He used to be former president of the Minnesota Cricket League.
Oh,
So-
should
so
be
are
a
you taking
wide.
credit for recruiting Haris Vora
Should
to the
be a
Skokie
wide.
Patriots?
Yes, it is.
I take credit for nothing. Not interested in any credits.
It's an interesting points table here in this tournament. all 9 teams, you see their own, the bottom Skokie Pats, they are 3 wins away from being on top with the Dynamites. So the Dynamites, Kalandars and the Cardinals, they're all sitting on 6 points.
I think what's interesting is even a team like Skokie that hasn't won a game yet in the tournament, they still control their own destiny, right? If they win out, they can make it to the playoffs, right? And the other interesting point is going to be, some of the top teams right now with Major League Cricket going on and with minor league also starting, right after that, are some of these teams are going to miss their superstars, right? I mean, I know like Hamad Azam and a couple of these guys, Saad Ali, they play for Lahore Qalandars, right? So they will be out of the tournament out of Midwest Premier League. So it'll be interesting to see how those teams, react to that and what other additions they brought to their team.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting playoff situation though, because a lot of teams, they're dependent upon the...
Good heat.
So
Almost took an edge.
a
Hari's
lot,
bowling with a lot of heat.
so a lot of these teams, they've banked on international players to perform for them. So it's going to be an interesting contest to see what's going to happen really tonight, because Skokie Pats, if they win, they're actually leveling with the last 3 in the table.
Yes.
Well, they'll probably go ahead of the Raptors because if the Skokie wins, Raptors would move to 1-4 and Skokie would be 1-3.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's never over till it's over. It's Midwest Premier League. The clash of the Titans.
Or mosquitoes.
It's the clash of the mosquitoes here between the commentators.
Who can grab the bigger one?
This time Bhavesh Patel wanted to go off, places one towards the third man and gets a single. So these singles, they won't hurt the Pats at this time.
It's interesting to see Salman come from the other end and not the end where all the spinners were successful, right? Where Neil was taking wickets, where Hunain was taking wickets. So let's see how his spell goes because he's coming from an end. We haven't really seen spinners bowl yet. Actually, Neil Patel bowled 1 over, but that's about it.
But it's not really any advantage, to be honest, bowling from one side, either side really, because there's no wind factor tonight. It's pretty calm. So it doesn't really matter where a spinner is coming from. It's just where they feel comfortable.
Yeah, and I wonder if he's going to get the same variable bounce from this end like the other spinners were getting from the other end.
One thing I see Skokie Pats players supporting each other on each delivery, showing their passion and support for each other, which is good to see.
Oh, what a shot. It's high and up in the air.
Should be
Wonder
taken.
what Hunain will do. Yeah, he's just dropped the sitter. High in the air, had ample time to take that, but never easy to catch these under lights.
He did really well making the ground and getting to it. I wonder if the other fielder coming, distracted him a little bit or maybe, made him think of a collision or something. But again, that should have been taken.
So you're blaming Yaqub Ali for the drop catch, isn't
No,
it?
and
Second catch.
Oh, the 6. What an incredible hit.
and
Dharmesh Patel, he's doing exactly what he's been sent to do. Incredible hit. Picked it up from the slot, put it away towards the cow corner.
And me knowing Salman and playing with him, cricket plenty, that's not going to make him happy because, getting hit for a 6 after a drop catch, he must be fuming and, I'm sure Hunain probably doesn't want to get close to him at the moment.
That's another problem in brotherhood. Let it be known. Good comeback.
Good comeback. You take on a quality bowler, put him for a 6, he's always going to come back, just like how Qasim Khan did. So these sixers right now, they need a lot more of these because the required run rate right now creeped up to 9.22, almost 10 runs per over now. So 9 overs, 83 needed.
And they're going to have to go for it now. I don't think they have the
luxury.
to wait for it, right? It's already 9.2, and if they wait a few more overs, it's gonna be over 10, and they can't afford that. So they have to go for it now, whether they lose wickets or not. But they can't wait for take the game deep. They have to go for it now.
Absolutely.
It's open, right? There, you want to grab it?
So Bhavesh Patel now just placing one towards the long off. The long off fielder is way too wider.
Great throw.
They'll steal 2 runs now. This is good running really between the wickets.
I am getting less.
So that's one shot signal by the umpire. That's not good. When you take those crucial runs, that's not at all good.
Needs to fix that, right?
And great job by the umpire by catching that, right? It's not easy, when you're in the middle, in the action, to catch every little thing. So great job by him.
So Bhavesh Patel looking seriously good right now. Places one straight down the ground.
Haris milking some juicy full tosses. He's lucky not to be hammered for boundaries. They'll just time.
He's trying to bowl those York deliveries like how he bowls Samir Chaudhary. That's a problem with trying to bowl Yorkers. There's a very little margin of error. This is a better delivery. This is pitched up in the good length.
And great job by mixing it up too, right? You don't want to be too predictable. And as you saw the last ball, the batsman actually came down a few steps because he was expecting a Yorker, right? And made that into a full toss.
That's edged towards the fine leg. Will get a single. But there's going to be a lot of these boundaries that you need, because the run rate just touched 10 runs per over.
You were asking for dinner. Now he's catching his own dinner.
I'm becoming the dinner. Nice juicy
That
legs.
might be a
there.
run out.
A direct hit from the deep. How lucky can you get and how unlucky can you get at the same time?
And I think that's Raja Muhammad with the throw. And excellent fielding there. What a throw.
That's the end of Dharmesh Patel. He was looking good. He was striking some good deliveries. They wanted that second single where there was none. Direct hit. Nobody would expect that, but you still got to watch out for those direct hits when you take a single.
And I think that run was forced by the pressure, right, of the required rate, right? So they have to go for it. They have to take these chances. And
Yeah, that's a good breakthrough. Excellent fielding from long on. Head for Raja. He has got a good arm, and he was lucky to get a direct hit. And that's seen the end of the batsman. And it should have been a 2. It's just bad luck that it happened to be a direct hit. Anything else, it would have been, a 2 for sure.
yeah, and Raja is a very versatile player, right? He can bat in the top order. He can field on the boundary. He can bowl a little bit. So, in a team you can't have all superstars, and you need those glue guys that can come in and play different roles for you.
I can tell he's your friend. Yeah, Raja, you're good in my books too. Okay, now you're Subby's best friend. Yeah, kudos to Raja. Excellent. That wicket belongs to Raja, honestly. Game seems to be more favorable, in my opinion, on Skokie's side.
Yeah, I would say so. Chasing 10, I think chasing anything over 8.5 on this field is not easy. So now that it's almost 10, I think the game it's under control by Skokie, and the Raptors will need someone to come in and play like a special innings to take the game away from Skokie at this moment.
So I see Josh Patel, Raptors star in the league also, has just come in. Big responsibility on his shoulders. I've seen him play bat, and he's can hit him some big ones. So I think that will be required. A quick anyone that comes in will require a quick 140, 150 strike rate. Come in and put up a good 20, 30 quick runs in a few overs. That will help. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy for Raptors. Skokie has good depth bowling, and Harris is on a dance singing. Nice flick off the bat. Beautiful shot. Should be 2. Easy 2.
Yeah, I think at this point, if Skokie can just control the boundaries, and the singles and doubles won't hurt them, right? So as long as they're restricting the boundaries, I think they should be all right.
Agreed. Little water break in the middle. 8 overs, 77 runs requires with 6 wickets in hand. Jash Patel to face the first delivery from Salman Ahmed. Salman had first over went for 11 with 1 catch drop. Hardest Wara, 2 overs, 8 runs, 1 wicket, and created a run out. So that's been pulling back.
I mean, he's the true impact player for the Skokie Patriots tonight, I would say.
Yeah, he's contributed very nicely with his great batting strike rate, and now he's delivering with the ball.
And he took a great catch for the first wicket of the game as well for Skokie.
Yes. Saw that deep mid wicket. That was a good catch, pressure catch. There's one nicely pulled towards deep square leg. Looking for 2, but Hassan is on point. Nice throw, rolls in. Salman is kind of like a Freedy style bowling. He never lets batsmen set. He's ready to bowl before the umpires even set.
And here's a catch here. And is that man Harris again?
Oh.
I spoke too soon. He had it in his hands and he
Pouched it and he dropped it. He got hit on the chest, I believe.
I was going to say, is that man Harris again, in the action, doing it all for Skokie and,
I think Yaqub needs to stay where he is. He comes too close to the other fielder, then he just stops.
And, that does make a difference because, like as you're focusing on the ball, you can see from your peripheral vision that someone else is coming close to you. And I wonder if that impacted Harris. Maybe if we can steal him for a minute after the over, we can ask him.
There's another chance. This time, he takes it. No,
another drop.
Oh my God, what is going on, Skokie Pats? If I had $1 for every drop, it's difficult.
I'll just say I would not want to be close to Salman. All these fielders should stay away from him right now. They're letting him down big time.
Another, that's a 6.
And
Fielder was not on the boundary. That's a 4.
And this is what you call rubbing salt on the wound, right? 2 drop catches and then the bowler gets hit for a boundary.
Salman can be nothing but frustrated. That could have been a catch also, but the fielder was way inside the boundary where he shouldn't have been.
And there's some discussion here whether that was a 4 or a 6. But looks like
Definitely a
it was
4. We all saw that. That was definitely a 4. Fielder was at least 5-10 yards inside the boundary. I mean, I don't understand the point of that. You cannot go back. Chance of a run out. Could
and it hits the batsman. I think direct hit would have had the batsman there.
Absolutely. Pressure being created and opportunities being created by the bowling side. Salman asking if that was an obstruction. I think just for the fun of it. So that comes to an end of an exciting over with 2 drop catches, 1 missed chance, 1 boundary, 1 dot ball.
And we have Haris Vora right now, who's been the star of the match so far. Let's ask him about. So we had a thought that maybe another fielder coming near you might have distracted you from taking that catch.
Did you hear him? Did you hear his footsteps, or did you feel anything, or were you focused on the ball?
It was totally my catch. I didn't hear anything. It was just the problem was that it was so high. I was not able to judge whether I should run inside or outside. But finally,
So you blame yourself.
It's
Okay, thank
completely
you.
my fault.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us, Haris.
Play safe. Do not blame the owner. You have to play another game. Well, actually, Yakub is also an owner, and we can't blame him for anything.
Harris is also owner.
Haris is also owner, and so is Yakub, so they cannot fight it out whose catch it was. No, nevertheless, it's nobody drops catches, and I'm just as guilty of it, and it's all about judgment, and it's not easy under the lights, especially the high ones. So we played last Saturday. We dropped some, we took some, we dropped some, and we were unfortunately lost by 1 run. But it's part of the game.
Yeah, we lost 2 in a row. SOP, that is, in Division 2. I don't think many viewers care about that right now, but, hopefully we'll bounce back and, make a deep run in the playoffs now. Back to MPL.
Yaqub Ali with his first delivery, nicely driven to extra cover. Haris again in limelight. Underarms it to Salman.
Yeah, it looks like Harris is in the middle of the action, throughout the game. So, it looks like the ball is even chasing him right now, and he's a safe-handed fielder. So I'm sure it goes.
I wouldn't call him safe after that drop, Savi. Very few fielders I call safe now. I've seen too many easy catches dropped.
Do you think the quality of fielding has gone down, or do you think maybe like the different balls that we've been using in the league has mattered? I think this year the ball actually has been holding up really well, and it's actually, not that hard on the hands. So I would say the ball is actually pretty fielder friendly this year.
Yeah, the ball's been good. I think these lights, it takes a while for you to adjust, and none of us play enough cricket at Hanover Park. So by the time you get adjusted to the environment, the season is over, or we don't practice enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's an excellent shot over fielders that could be taken, and
what a
that's a
catch.
great catch. What a catch!
I think it's that man Raja again. Who had the direct.
No, I don't think that's Raja. That's Essen, or is it Hunan? Who's that? Essen.
That is awesome. That was a really good low catch.
Yeah, nicely driven. We thought it could have been a 4, but
It
a
says-
great low catch.
It says Haris Vora on the scorecard, but that wasn't him. I believe that was Saeed Hassan who took a great low catch, right? He came in and picked it right up above the ground, and a great catch.
You see simple ones being dropped and difficult ones taken. That's cricket. That could be the turning point for Skokie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tough for the Raptors to pull this one out. I mean, 5 down, requiring over 10 and over. I think it's going to require like a special innings, which I'm sure they have players that can pull that off, but it's going to be tough.
Chasing Hanover Park under lights with the light dew, but the ball moving the way it's moving, and it's a big ground. It's not easy to clear boundaries here. So I would say 70%. Skokie 30%.
I think you're being too favorable to Raptors right now. So it's probably like 80, 20, 90, 10.
I want to be able to come back and do commentary again. What if they don't want me here? Trying to keep it neutral, bro.
A few seasons ago, we used to have a segment on Midwest called Catch It, the show called Catch It.
Yes.
And there used to be a segment with predictions, and people used to give their percentages. So
Yeah,
we
this
kinda
is
bring
where
that throwback to that.
That's where I miss Yusuf Bhai, and he used to say he used to have very funny percentages, and is a okay percentage, So those of you who know what Yusuf Bhai is, that's a big hit. Can he take the catch, or it will land in front of the fielder, way ahead of the fielder, throwing at keeper's hand, easy 2.
See, I don't think the fielder saw that right away off the bat because he didn't take off after the ball, and I think that might have cost him being able to get to the ball.
Yeah, lights play a big role, and I mean we're lucky to have the white lights. We used to have that yellow LED, and it was harder, but I got better. But it's not there yet. So hopefully with time we'll get better quality.
Yeah, I mean,
Light placement.
as we see with the Grand Prairie Stadium in Dallas, cricket in Chicago and in America.
Has
overall.
been stumped.
Oh wow!
His foot is on the line. If our cameraman can rewind it back possibly to show our viewers.
It would be great to see a replay of that because
That's
that
a
happened
great
really
stumping.
fast.
Replay. His
Yeah.
back foot is on outside the line.
Yeah, it looks like the batsman, forgot where the crease was, and
he-
he just nonchalantly just standing there, and the
And
great
made
job
it-
by the keeper by taking the bails.
Yeah, keeper was alert, and batsman was just barrowstowing. Is that the new word now? Barrowstowing outside the crease. He just was standing and admiring his miss,
Yeah.
and he deserves to walk. good umpiring. It gave umpire enough chance to see where his foot was on the line.
Yeah.
So, and the stump should be named Barristone.
Different scenario. That's why I keep walking here and there.
Hey, what you do? Walking spray ला के रखो. You come here all the time. Spray a little bit and it makes. और या वो candle नहीं होती. वो
You can keep yeah.
candle रख के then it has the aroma. That's where you're coming from, water.
Our drainage is there.
We have a special guest who's been, mosquito dinner. So he's asking for advice.
Yeah, we're just giving another shout out to all our cameramen and all our support staff here at MPL. They've been doing an amazing job and it's not easy. So credit to all of them.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you, bye. Especially shout out to Buddy and his high definition night vision cameras and equipment and drone coverage.
And what I've seen so far is not just the camera work, but just the innovation, right? We've seen replays timely manner. We've seen different graphics. We've seen the drone shots. I don't think I've seen that anywhere in the Chicagoland area. So, the innovation has been amazing.
Absolutely. Also the streaming quality, right? No buffering, no hanging, no disconnection. So.
And I hope the viewers at home are noticing this is not just regular streaming. This is HD streaming. So that's another first for the Chicagoland area. So another major props to not just the Midwest management, but Barinder again.
Yes, good over by Yakub for 4 runs. Yeah, 2 wickets, stump, and a catch that was taken.
I would say the Skokie Pass ownership group has really
I think the owners knew if they didn't deliver themselves today, they will be sitting out next game. Give chance to other people.
Yeah.
No, but all jokes aside, sometimes it takes a lot for the team to turn around when they know their back is against the wall. And seniors and, people who take responsibility have to actually deliver to elevate everybody else, right? And that helps. And when you see your brother or your teammate perform, you want to do better also. So I think we see that from Skokie today, whether it's small things, big things, catches will be dropped, you'll make runs, you'll lose run. But I think overall, good performance, good enthusiasm, and good turnout by Skokie today.
Yeah, and I'll say, Skokie Pats, they're a championship team and they have championship players, and this is how championship teams and players bounce back from a tough start, and they're kind of showing here tonight why they're one of the premier teams in the Chicagoland area.
Agreed with you. So Osama back in attack. Osama has been a consistent key member of Skokie. He's been offered many, he's been offered to play for every other team, but he chooses Skokie every time. So much love for Osama on that point, and he's dedicated despite him moving from Skokie.
Yeah, Yeah, he's a long time and loyal member of the Skokie Patriots.
Yes. And I see him retiring his jersey with the pets.
How much longer do you think he plays?
I think how much his wife will allow him to play. A lot of people have disappeared after marriages.
So, Mobile, what's your secret then? Having the longevity, not just in the management, but also still playing cricket. What's your secret? And what can you pass on to the younger generation?
I say, you know what? When I come and I play on the ground, I focus on the ground, win, lose, perform or not. Excuse my that's a wide. And I think it's a good time to make a bond with your friends who are not your family, but they become your family because you see them more than your family, right? And then everybody has a WhatsApp group or a team group, and then you play together, you talk about other experiences of your life, and you create that bond with your team, and you always want to play with them. And I've been lucky to be with the same team for a long time. Fans are looking for another wide, not on the cards.
Yeah, I think it's desperation times for the Raptors right now. They really need a miracle here, and
like Shri said, 160 would be tough, but 150 is also tough. And I would like to talk about Samir saying it would be hard to they would like under 130, but 140 in these batting conditions, it's not easy despite the talent. And then you have a good bowling side. Beside the few drop catches, Skokie has fielded well, covered all their grounds. all the corners, and they're protected boundaries.
Of the 19 games that happened so far, 17 teams batting first have won. So it tells you everything about winning a toss.
Absolutely, and I think this is the first toss Skokie has won also.
Yeah, I think all the 3 games they've lost in the tournament, they've chased. So, that tells you the power of the toss in this tournament. And, I think just the power of, how what it is to bat first in Hanover Park and how tough it is to chase under the lights here.
Yeah, it's chase in general. It's not easy, especially when you have to go over 6 runs and over, right? And then big boundaries, heavy outfield, good bowling, good fielding. That's cut towards deep point. There could be a good chance of run out.
I think he might have just made it.
I believe he's made it.
And I think the fact that it's tough to chase also shows you the quality of the bowling attacks in MPL, right? I mean, there's no easy bowler on any team. You can't say, hey, we're going to target this bowler. Like, every bowler that's playing is probably the first or second option on their daytime team. So it's not easy to chase against a quality attack.
Agreed. Ahmad trying his best to deliver despite his physical condition.
But now looking back on it, his innings turned out to be a really crucial innings, right? I mean, at that time we thought maybe he wasn't able to accelerate and he missed some singles or doubles. But if you look at it, he actually stayed on one end and gave the platform to someone like Harris to come in and score. So looking back on it, it turned out to be a really crucial innings.
Yeah, agreed. And like me and Shreya discussed, had we, depending on the result of the game, whether we would decide that how his inning impacted the team. And so far, it seems to be he stabilized the the falling of the wickets, and he just anchored it as long as he could.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this fabulous Hanover Park drone coverage. Prime real estate, lush green outfields. Courtesy of Brinder and company.
So Mobai, as you being like a real estate mogul in the Chicagoland area, maybe you can borrow the drone and maybe find some more land around the Hanover Park or other areas, and find us more real estate to develop other cricket grounds.
Man, I'll tell you one thing: Chicago real estate is very expensive. You want cheap land, you gotta go to Houston, Dallas, Texas. Here, you need like 10 acres. It's very costly. That's a nice shot.
That's a 6. Beautiful shot there.
Nicely picked off his legs. Knee, nice sweep. Power, pure power. That's an excellent shot. The delivery was a little bit close to the stumps, and he reached out with his knee down and he just swept a fast bowler to deep mid wicket. Great shot.
Again, if you look at it compared to like a T20 game, getting 54 runs in 5 overs isn't the most difficult task. But, the difficult task here is the ground conditions, right? So, again, if someone can, play like a cameo here, I mean, this isn't completely out of the reach, but it's going to take a really special innings.
I think it will take some muscle.
Yeah.
I don't know the depth.
Wrinkle Singh.
Yeah, there you go. Or a Shri. And, definitely a few boundaries. It's another one. Fielder getting underneath it. One hop. Nice throw from the boundary. Just a single. So the difference, I believe, Skokie reached 99 at the end of 14 overs with loss of 3 wickets. And they have reached 99 at 15.3, so it's, about approximately 9 ball difference and 3 wickets less.
And I think around the 12th to 13th
Oh, what a
overs,
shot. Cut nicely over point. That will be a 2. Ball just died in the outfield.
Yeah, I think around the 12th or 13th overs when Haris Vora came to the crease for Skokie Patriots. So I know it's a few hours late, but again, if someone can play that sort of innings for the Raptors here, they can still make a game out of it.
Yeah, a couple of 2-3 big boundaries. I mean, 6s will be good. Out. Oh, that's a huge 6 onto the street. Somebody's car just got smashed, I believe. That's a huge 6.
And is this the over that the Raptors needed? I mean, there's still a delivery left, and they can hit another boundary here. It'll be 40-4, which is, not easy, but definitely doable for the Raptors.
T20 is a funny game. Very funny game. Don't underestimate anybody. And bats these days, everybody can hit a 6. So good effort by the batsman, and he's trying to hit.
Speaking with bats, Mobhai, I know you're in the market for a new bat, so if any of the local Chicago cricket store wants to sponsor Mohammad Iftikhar, please be in touch.
Looking for another 2. Oh, sharp run, chance of a run out if it can collect.
Well ran.
Missed by Yaqub. The flow was off a little bit.
I think only a direct hit would have had the batsman
Yes.
there. I think otherwise he was safe.
He was safe. Would have been safe. Yeah. No chance. $42-4.
Yes.
10.5.
Again, it's tough, but it's doable.
All right. Barinder keeps showing me this beautiful outfield and trying to see if I can buy this land for him to develop. Not going to happen, bro. It's part property. You can see, as you can all see, all the old baseball diamonds have been converted with grass, and it looks beautiful.
1.
Osama coming back into the attack. Last over. What did he go for?
Last over went for 18 runs, and that was the game-changing overs that the Raptors needed to kind of, bring some hope back for them.
Yeah. So this over, Skokie coming back with their bowler number 1. Osama going in his third.
His 4th over.
His fourth, last over. Osama has given 16 runs, no wicket, so he has not taken a wicket, but yet he has not given, any runs, less than the strike rate of 6 runs and over, which is great.
Yeah, he bowled well in the power play, right? He bowled, a couple good overs in the power play, and it kept the pressure on, and so I think he started off well so far.
Bowling. Oh, that shot could be a chance of a catch. Good fielding, good stop. That was a very difficult chance, but good effort by Hassan.
Yeah, I think that was a difficult chance, no matter which ground or whether it's light or
Very
daytime.
difficult. I'm just happy to see the fielder give it a good chance.
Yeah.
A good dive, and he was able to stop the ball. Many people cannot either catch or stop the ball.
I think that's the key, right? He stopped the ball and only
Gave away 2
runs. Exactly.
Oh, good heat comeback by Osama.
And
Batsman looking for a wide.
And that's what he was trying to do on the last ball as well, bowl a yorker, and it was a low full toss. So, he hit his mark this time.
So Shiribhai, I saw recently you posted some pictures of nice mountains on Facebook. What was that about? Tell us. Where were you climbing?
No, I was not climbing actually. I was always trying to get that picture of Mount Rainier in Seattle,
Okay.
and I've observed it over 60 flights because I've constantly been taking that picture, and I never got the real shot of it because, as you know, Mount Rainier, it's too high above the ground level, and you've got to have clear sky and sun shining at the same time.
To get a clear shot.
And if the sun is actually in an odd angle, or even if there's a cloud in front of the sun, you're going to see the entire terrain dark. So you will never ever see that.
So that was once in a lifetime opportunity for you, and you were able to capture it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I was wondering what that was about. So thanks for clarifying. It looked very nice. So that's a 2. The Raptors are getting loud as the runs come. Skokie's trying to pull his fielders back together. It's nice to see a good seesaw battle, despite who wins. As a spectator
Absolutely.
and as a comment, you want to see good cricket. You don't want to see a team win by a landslide.
Yeah, and it's good to see all the energy the Raptors dugout is bringing, right? They're trying to bring some energy back to the game, trying to cheer their batsmen on, and, hoping they can, finish this off for them.
Agreed.
Oh, another great delivery by Osama there.
Yeah, he's bowling full and bowling like on the fourth or the fifth stump, so not giving room to the batsman to swing his arms.
And that's the key, right? If he bowls that same length on the stumps, there's a chance he could be hit back for a 6 or a 4, but he's bowling that on like the 4th or 5th stump line, and that's really difficult for the batsman, especially with these heavy grounds. Even if you make a connection there, it's going to be 1 or 2 runs only.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you're a little bit half volley, that you can see that ball disappear
Yeah,
for a 6. So
exactly.
Sama has been targeting this stump very well.
Again,
Batsman, charging and giving himself room for another dot ball. Yash is not able to time Osama, so great over by Osama.
that over by Osama actually reminded me of back in the day. We went to the tournament in Florida, and Osama actually got the wicket of West Indies international player Evan Lewis. He's bowling the same line of length there. Bowling these off 4th and 5th stump Yorkers, and he got him out. So that over reminded me of that over by Osama back in the day. So good to see him back in form. And if anyone wants to see a video of that, just ask him. He has it on his phone ready to show.
That's on his speed dial. Osama, what happened in Florida? Here you go. No, that was a good tournament. Good U.S. Open.
Yes.
Obviously, we didn't win any, but at the same time, it was good time where we got exposure to many high-level teams.
Yeah.
Nice weather to enjoy. Different. And I thank Magpie for sponsoring us and providing us quality tournaments. So
Yeah.
courtesy of him and Cricket Council USA to provide that. But and sometimes you learn by watching. You don't have to play every game, right? To learn. It's a good experience overall, and just when you take a wicket of some player that is that high pro performance, your own level just rises, right, by feeling confident.
Exactly. And I think Mumbai, under your captaincy, that was probably the most successful a Midwest team had done in the U.S. Open, right? I think we made it pretty far, and like we competed against pretty big names in that tournament.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I believe we qualified for playoffs. And
Yeah.
it was also fun. It was competition. Obviously we knew we can't compete with those high pro players, but it was fun. The team was excited. The young talent
Yeah.
was there, and it was good times. And we had many other activities. Speaking of Cricket Council USA, Ali Khan, who played who plays for US right now, and he's playing MCL, played Unity Cup in Midwest.
Yes.
That's where he was showcased, and that's where he went to Florida to play, and that's where he was discovered.
Exactly.
And he always still thanks me, Shiraz, Magpie, Unity Cup, and Midwest Cricket Conference for his. His career being launched, you can say, right? And he was showcased here. So, he performed. Oh,
And he
pure
played
heat.
And he played a full season back, when there was 40-40 red ball. He played for Chicago Gymkhana.
absolutely.
And that year, I believe the team actually won the championship.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Chicago Gymkhana put up a very strong team in Division 1, 40 overs. And Ali Khan was a member of that. And I remember playing him, and he was bowling very fast all around. So and he's very talented, and we wish him all the best. Harris bowling nicely into the block hole, and it's not easy to push him away. But it's a good throw on top of the stumps, but batsman has reached his ground. That was close.
That's good cricket all around. Like great fielding by the fielder, and then great running by the batsman.
Right.
So 34 runs and 16 deliveries, Mobhai. What do you think? Do you think there's a chance here?
Only if they can hit a couple of sixes. It's not going to be easy. All the fielders are on the 30-yard, and the boundary riders are protecting the boundary.
Yeah, these singles and doubles won't hurt Skokie. They'll give these all day, right? As long as they can protect the boundaries. These won't hurt them at all.
Agreed. Yash taking his time, tying his laces.
He's actually brought some. Well, not Josh has actually brought some life back in the game. Otherwise, it looked like it was going to be like a one-sided affair. But now, actually, we might be in for an exciting ending here.
Absolutely. Oh,
And there's shouts for a no ball, but I don't know. It looked like it was dipping towards the end. And I think that's a good call by the leg umpire not giving that a no ball.
Yeah, agreed. It was a slow one, and it was dipping down, and it was cut nicely by Josh, but unfortunately for a 2. If anyone is looking to sponsor, please reach out to Midwest Cricket Conference. Yeah, thank you, Yash Technologies. Oh, beautiful ball, well dug out by Yash for a single. Rotates and gets back on strike.
And there's nothing a batsman could do there, right? I mean, that's just a perfect delivery at this stage of the game, and a single is all you could take from there, and great bowling all around.
Yeah, Haris is not giving any room for the batsman to get under the ball, to elevate and try to hit the ball out of the ground. So excellent deliveries, full Yorks on point.
Yeah, he hasn't been hit for a boundary yet in his 2.4 overs. So I mean, he's been amazing tonight for them.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a ball there! What a ball there!
That's Yorked him. Batsman giving himself room inside edge onto the stumps.
And just to give an idea of how fast that delivery was, I mean, the ball probably ended up like past the 30-yard line, So I mean, that was a rocket there from Haris Vora, and I can safely say he cemented his name as the man of the match tonight.
As long as Skokie can win, yes.
Yes, there's no V in commentary.
That's why to correct myself. But I still, Josh is still there. I count on him. He can get 2-3 good deliveries. Game could be, if you get another over of 15, 20 runs, you never know.
I mean, boundaries, right? They get they need 31 runs. They get, 3, 4 sixes. They can be back. They can finish this game off.
Absolutely. So our Skokie Premier Osama is bowled out, right? Haris still has one more over after this, so that he'll probably bowling the last one.
Yes, and I believe maybe Qasim Khan has an over left. Yes. No, Osama's bowled out. Qasim Khan has an over left, and Haris will bowl one more over after this.
Yeah, so Qasim has one left. Salman has, bowled only 2. Yaqub has only bowled 2. Hunan is bowled out. So either will be Haris. One would be Haris and one would be Qasim, in my opinion.
And I think Yaqub Ali would be the third one. I think it's kind of tough to bring a spinner at this stage of the game. So I think
Qasim Khan, in my recommendation, would be Qasim, right, for the 19.
Oh, there's only 2 overs left after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. 9 Qasim and then
Oh,
Haris.
that's a costly wide. That was 2 extras.
2 leg buys by the umpire, given by the umpire. So 29 runs and 12 deliveries, and again, that's not that difficult in a T20 situation, but it's difficult based on the conditions that we're in tonight. But again, it still can happen, and it's still not out of the reach for the Raptors.
Agreed. Once Josh or even the batsman Josh looks a little tired, he's just breathing heavily, standing on his bat. He will have to hit clear boundaries.
And that's the key for them, right? While we wait for the over to start, let's have Osama Ahmed for a quick word here. Osama, why don't you come to the commentary box real quick?
Yeah, before your captain looks at you.
And yells at you. And thoughts on how the game's been going so far?
2 overs, 29 needed.
I think we're going to win this, inshallah.
Okay. Get back in the field before you're timed out.
Confident words from Osama, but you know what? He's a confident player. I've never seen him lack confidence. And it's good to see that from players.
Check out this beautiful night vision, courtesy of Brrr. Qasim Khan for his last over. Coming from soccer end. Haris talking loudly to his teammates. That's an inside edge. This will run down for 2 easily. Fielder getting under it, misfields.
And more importantly, that brings Josh back on strike, right? He's the guy that can change the game for them, and he needs to.
Could have been a 3. Sloppy fielding by Skokie Pets. No one is going after the ball. 11-27. Looks like Haris is coaching his teammates.
Yeah, it's good to see some of the senior players and Skokie Patriots take more of a leadership role tonight, and make sure their team wins.
Excellent delivery by Qasim. Shout for a loud appeal. Batsman run along by. A lot of intensity in these last few
Yeah.
overs.
And I think Skokie will take that a single, and that takes Josh off the strike. So I think Skokie will take that all day. 26.
26 रह गए हैं 10 में शाबा कासिम भाई यार मेरी से गुड शाबा यार 4 बॉलें अच्छी शाबा
Qasim has been a senior member of the league. He's played a lot of quality cricket. He was a member of Crescent Cricket Club in American T20, and now he's joined Skokie. He's bowled in many different positions of the game, and he's a very senior and versatile player. So a good add to Skokie Pats.
And it's no secret that he's playing his first game of the tournament for Skokie, and they're close to
Oh.
a victory tonight. So I think, oh wow, what a shot that is.
We'll wait for the batsman.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Excellent inside-out shot.
Yeah.
He got in the line of the ball, and the ball was overpitched slightly, and he took maximum advantage of that. And he just sliced it over covers.
The way it was like maybe 4 overs ago, this game is a lot closer than we thought it would be. And with 3 overs, 3 balls left in this over, if they can get to like 12 to 14 runs of the last, then it's anyone's game.
Anyone's game, yeah. No, I agree.
Right now it's 22 runs off 9 deliveries.
Yeah, a couple of boundaries here. A game could
Yeah.
be in back and.
Oh,
What a
and that I think was a
shot!
6.
That is a huge 6.
Wow. Wow. We talked about who can play the cameo for Raptors. And not only is Jash Patel, but Prakshesh Patel has come out and hit 2 boundaries of 3 deliveries. And,
That's
he's,
a beautiful straight 6 over long on.
I think if they hit one more boundary, I would favor Raptors to be favored in the last over. I think anything less than like 12 runs or less, the batting side has to be the favored in a
Oh,
T20
boy.
game.
मुंह से बॉल ना करो पीछे आ जाओ बैक ऑफ द लाइन
He's trying to york and he missed it, and
Yeah.
the ball went like a rocket off his bat. Wow, good ball. Misfield by Hamad, causing an easy run.
I think they would have ran for it anyways. But I think the key is this last delivery, right? I think a boundary here, and I think the Raptors will be on top going into the last over. And a dot or single, I think Skokie will be on top going to the last
Nobody
over.
predicted this much excitement in the last 3 overs, right?
And that's all we can ask for as cricket fans, right? Is an exciting game, and that's what we're getting here tonight.
Yep, absolutely. That's a shot, chance of a
Catch
catch.
for Sama, and
And
he
he drops
drops
it.
it.
Oh,
Again, that's a very crucial drop. Not only that, gives another life to Jash Patel, but that also gives 2 runs off the last ball of the over.
those are 2 crucial runs
Yes.
going into the last over.
So now 13 needed of the last over, Mobhai. What's your prediction here?
I'm not going to say anything. You said commentators cannot be biased.
Well, ask for a prediction, not who you're rooting
Well,
for.
I predicted 70-30. Now what's the prediction? You said it was a bad prediction.
It's
So
60-40.
it's 60-40 now, you see?
And that tells you how T20 game can change in a few overs, whether it's wickets or boundaries. And both of these, you got to give credit for both of these batsmen. It's not easy to come in and hit right away, and they've been doing that.
Yeah, that one over that Yaqub Ali went for 18
18
runs,
runs, that
changed
changed
the
it,
momentum.
exactly.
Then Haris and Haris bowled well, Osama bowled well, and I think Qasim
But this over,
before this
16
one,
runs.
16 runs
Yeah.
off this over, so this brought them back in the game.
Exactly.
And 2 boundaries, the game is Raptors if there's no any extras. But the best bowler is bowling right now, and he's been playing very well.
And then the key here is, for the batting side, getting the boundary of the first ball, right? That takes the pressure off them. They take the
Then
single,
they can
the double
run.
after.
They-
Exactly.
If they get one first ball boundary, they don't need another boundary.
Yeah, and with this heavy outfield, anything in the outfield is easy too.
Wow. But then they're trying to show all the outfield. Let's see, Varinder, you got them all. The boundary riders, all the inside fielders are on the 30 trying to cut the 2s. What will Haris Vora do? The first one delivered Nicely, batsman running hard for a single. The first delivery, single.
I think we've seen this all night long. These low full tosses have not been easy to hit. I mean, it's not easy.
He's reminding me of Umar Gul in T20. You remember he would have these reversing Yorkers and batsmen could not get underneath them, and he bowled in semi-final Jack Callis that second last over. He gave him 2 runs to Jack Callis in that over, and unplayable deliveries that won the World Cup for Pakistan and that because of Umar Gul's that semi-final second last over performance. And he's trying to bowl constantly, nice little reverse swing, and he's bowling right into the block hole.
Yeah, and with this exciting finish, this is the highest audience we had all night on YouTube. So, the people are tuning in for like an exciting finish.
That's what we like. Action.
Oh,
Missed opportunity. Good. Who's going to take that catch? Haris Vora trying himself.
You don't want that to be a 3rd run here. 2 runs.
Not a no ball. Good umpiring. It's a slow dipping full toss.
And I think a review has been taken for a over the waist no ball. And a review has been taken.
Okay. Our umpires have reviewed. The cameraman will be reviewing right now, and he will make his call.
You will make the call?
Let's see the side angle.
He dipped.
Waist high. He was dipping and low. It's not a no ball, right? So let the umpire know.
Yeah.
Excellent decision by the batsman side to take a review. The cameraman taking his time to decide.
And this is another piece of innovation brought to Chicagoland area.
All that could be down to the boundary. That's easy too. Nice protection on the outfield.
And just to clarify for the audience, a no ball was not given after the review. So now 8 runs in 3 deliveries. I mean, it's 1 6 or 2 4s, and I mean, I think at this point it's anyone's game here.
He just misjudged that one. That ball was in the slot to go, but he was not able to time it. Haris Vora taking his time. Fielders feeling the heat.
And you see everyone is coming from the edge of the circle or the edge of the boundary.
Yeah. That's an excellent low full toss. Fielder should try to protect it, and he misfields, and that's just
That's going to be another 2 runs. So now
Yeah.
6 runs of 2 deliveries.
Oh,
Wow. Who
Are we
thought
gonna
we
see-
would come down to this situation in this match?
are we going to see a last ball thriller?
I mean, we are. I mean, a 6 here wins the game. I mean, we talked about special innings, and Jash Patel is playing that special innings. I mean, 41 runs off 25 deliveries, and he's kind of matching what Haris Vora did for the Skokie Patriots, and that's how we talked about needed, right, for them, and he's delivering for them.
So it's I think the man of the match will be decided between Josh
or Haris, yeah.
So whoever wants it more, gentlemen, you decide on these 2 deliveries. Who wants it more? Will Haris Vora contain him? Will Josh clobber him? All the fans are excited on the edge of their seats.
Oh! Wow, what a delivery there.
That's an excellent delivery, a slow one. And Josh is kind of bamboozled.
And I think Mobhai, Haris Vora heard you and took upon that challenge of saying, hey, I want that man of the match and I want to take my team home for victory, right? So I know it's still a delivery left and a 6 can still win it for the Raptors, but what a bowl there by Haris.
Yeah, an excellent bowling takes out the main set batsman, and hearts out to Josh for an excellent inning. Unfortunately, he was not able to finish for his team, but excellent bowling on Haris. He came through when it was needed the most. And more than the wicket, it's a dot ball, right?
Exactly.
So, but the ratio is still 1 ball 6.
6, yes.
Can he do a Sharjah Javed Mia, that last ball 6.
Or
Or
Shahid Afridi or of Ashwin.
Yeah, that was done. And then what about the Jadeja? I believe he hit a 4, right? I think in the
Yeah.
IPL final, like
Yes.
2 inside. Yeah, first 4. Yeah, Dinesh
Dinesh Karthik.
Karthik. Yeah, so anything in cricket is possible, man.
Yeah.
But could it be a no ball? Could it be a white ball? Could
Yeah,
be
I mean,
anything, man. So many opportunities. So everybody stay tuned for this last ball thriller. Oh, another beautiful view.
Here it comes to this delivery here.
Chalo, nicely driven to the fielder. Good bowling.
And that is the end of the game. And Skokie Patriots win their first game of the tournament. And what a great game we had tonight here. And kudos to Skokie for bouncing back from an 0-3 start. And great fight back by the Raptors here. I mean, they could have easily folded, but they showed fight till the last delivery of the game.
Okay. And so, just to highlight, D Park won also on the last 1-run game. So it's been very tough and very action-packed tournament so far, and few of the games have been on last deliveries or 1-ball victories.
And it shows you how competitive this tournament is and how good all the teams are, right? You're not seeing blowout victories and you're seeing really fun and competitive games.
It's nice to see the team shaking hands and supporting each other in the game. Lots of smile on Osama after dropping that catch. I think, we'll talk about that later off the camera. That could have been the run.
Yeah,
That could have been the run.
because it gave the Josh another chance and 2 runs, right? So
Yeah. And once again, we'd like to thank Barinder for his exciting coverage, and stay tuned for the award and award ceremony, and we'll join you in a few minutes.